we semi live.
Yeah, we're semi-live because
How
you're not in here yet. You're not in here yet.
oh, half
And
live.
yeah, I mean, I would say more than okay. Now you're in here.
Oh damn. All right, let me. What the hell? Oh, he got some shit. Setting stuff up. Let's get to the so I can see the damn comments.
You don't need to see the comments. What you need to see?
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
Oh, I bet.
Monopoly. Monopoly?
Yeah, Monopoly. Monopoly, to be more precise.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
about. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is
Fabo,
stupid.
Sean P, Biddy Love, and Mighty Mike Gleason.
What up, peoples?
Yo, Mike said he comes in with the swagger of, what's that? Milburn penny bags.
Hilarious.
Penny bags? Yeah, I feel you. I'm right there with you.
Oh yeah, I really broke it.
I knew it.
Things happen. And I see exactly what happened. But I can't fix it because we live already.
How broke is it?
Oh no, it's not bad. I just can't do the sound, the left track. No, not left track. What is it called? Soundboard.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing that's wrong.
You can work around that.
Yeah. What y'all got going on out there with all that noise? Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
The FedEx truck. Like,
They backing up the Brinks truck.
and listen, I can use some of that. Funniest thing, right? So whenever I'm in the studio,
Yeah.
it's damn near a labor of love. Partly because it is hot as fuck in this little corner of the room. Right?
I imagine.
So generally, I'll have my air on. Well, the problem with that is if Chrissy isn't in here,
Right.
she gets frozen out.
Yeah, I can see that.
And on top of that, that's not going to work when the
No,
baby
it's not.
comes.
It's not really good.
Yeah. So, it wasn't even me. I ain't even think of this. She had an epiphany.
Right.
I came in here one day and it wasn't like the seventh corner of hell. And I was like, what's going on?
Right.
Is it defective? And she's like, no, I opened the window.
It's like I broke it.
No, she was like, I opened the window.
She said she did what? She opened the window?
She opened the window.
Yeah. That.
You what?
It's a window there.
Huh.
And you just lift it up like this.
Never even crossed my mind.
Please tell me there's a screen in that window.
Okay. Yeah, never even crossed my mind. Because the reason it didn't cross my mind is a legit reason. It's because I have these blackout curtains. And the blackout curtains are semi-attached. Like it's difficult to move them away from, particularly the one that's over there.
Right.
But then I thought about it. Because of where the vent is, I always have this one lifted up anyway. So instead of having the air on right now,
have the window
up. Have the window up.
Yeah. I mean, it's winter time right now.
It's winter time. I don't need to have the air on.
Yeah.
And it's not hot right now. Like, I'm crazy. Like fundamental gaps in knowledge.
I'm just saying, bro.
Listen.
That's why it's not. Listen, I am a person that does value expertise. However, it don't necessarily always require expertise in something. Sometimes it's just somebody with a keen eye
That's it.
for observation. Like, right, Just lift that.
Lift that thing.
Shit.
That thing that appears to show the picture of outside.
It's really actually outside.
It's actually outside. Just open it up. The temperature outside has dropped dramatically from the summertime. In the summertime, this ain't gonna work, but that's fine because the air is gonna be on anyway.
Facts.
So yeah, like I just mind-blowing moment.
I mean, it happens.
Hey,
you see it
listen,
time to time. From time to time.
Completely. And I ain't got no problem admitting mine.
Me too. No, the one thing, this needs to be a lesson, right?
Chris, you say yes, no more freezing.
This actually needs to be a lesson because this has been running through my mind for the past week anyway. About understanding your limitations does not weaken you.
Nah, not at all.
It strengthens you.
Yeah.
Because you acknowledge where the shortcoming is, and then you seek help from people who don't have that limitation.
Correct.
Which will move you forward. Too many times, bro, I see people who feel as though their idea about how to do something, this must work this way.
Yeah. No.
Except for the fact that you start delving into things for which you have zero experience about.
Correct.
Right? So now, whatever you were ad-libbing, vibe coding before was within the realm of something you had experience with or something you've done before. So yeah, you work to navigate your way around it. But when you start entering arenas where you've never done this shit before, there is no reason for you to struggle or to make costly mistakes that could cost you everything, because there are people out there that have done this shit. They know how it works. They know how to do it, all of that. You got to be open to be taught. And some people are not coachable, bro.
No.
Listen, I've seen this in music, just as an elder statesman in hip hop, right? I have seen certain artists who do have potential and do have the ability naturally to produce good music, good songs, blah, blah, blah. The shit that they're missing is the stuff that they don't know about. That's what they're missing. And when you try to give them that, like, hey, yo, you try this could blow all of your shit up. And a lot of it's administrative, right? A lot of it's administrative. You try this will open your whole lane up. More people will see your shit. Blah, blah, that, and the third. Too many of them want to believe they already understand how to do it. No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be.
This wouldn't be a situation.
Still here. Yeah. Right. You're struggling right now to get motherfuckers to notice you, to pay attention to you, to care about what you're doing.
Correct.
Someone who has already gone over that hurdle and saw what it took, even if it's a dependent on case by case, there's still lessons in that for you to find and go, okay, so I got to find my thing that's going to get people to, you form shape it around what you do, right? But before you can even think to do that shit, you got to kind of, I don't know, listen, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Facts.
And it's only slowing you up. I don't know why you think your success loses value if you get some help.
The craziest thing in the world.
It's the craziest shit. I just don't understand it, bro. I don't understand that mentality. Like, your success is still your success. You had the idea, you had a vision for something, but there are certain parts of this that you are unfamiliar with.
Not even unfamiliar. Incapable in certain at certain points. Incapable.
You just can't do. It's not in your wheelhouse to do that shit.
Correct.
Because listen, one thing I learned about other artists and a bit about myself is that you could be a great artist and a horrible business person.
Correct.
And that's going to hamper the other shit. And you're going to be mad.
Thanks.
A lot.
Because
your shit ain't going to do what you thought it was going to do. You can go, I got this good music. I have all this shit right here. How come people aren't? Because it's not just about good music. It's not just about good music.
Thanks.
Now, it's all about good music if you have no intention on putting your shit out there.
Right.
But the moment you decide you're gonna put a price tag on your shit and you're gonna put your shit out there, now
Other things matter.
That's it. There are administrative things you have to do. You have to do. And a lot of artists aren't good administrators. They're just not.
Correct.
They're not. Right? So you go and you get some, well, you should go and get yourself some help. But that stubbornness to think that somehow that detracts from what you've accomplished is crazy. Because in truth, you ain't really accomplished shit but make a hot song.
Facts.
That's all you did. You didn't sell to a bunch of people. A whole bunch of people don't know who the fuck you are. You don't got nobody saying, this is one of my top 5 favorite rappers. You don't got none of that shit going on because nobody's heard your shit because you refuse to get help with the administrative shit that you can't do.
Correct.
It's senseless to me. And I see this in all kinds of endeavors, bro. Like, getting help don't change the fact that you came up with a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, the best producers, they don't even go in there and do any of the mix. The best executive producers, they get the people that would make that shit pop.
Yeah.
Him, her. Yeah. Put them, this, that, and the third. This is the song. Oh, you wrote this? All right. Get him, her.
Mm-hmm.
Put together, put them in the studio. Bam. That's what a lot of executive producers, that's what Dre was doing for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
Go ask Daz, because Daz mad as shit.
Nigga.
Daz Dillinger mad as shit right now.
As he should be.
As he should be.
It's righteous anger.
Yeah. Yo, go get yourself a team of people that are able to do the things that you cannot do.
That part.
That's it. And instead of you sitting on an idea or sitting on some shit that might be great, it could blow up to be a lot of shit, life-changing for you, but you refuse to get help doing it because you don't want to owe nobody nothing. Or you don't want, nobody makes it alone, B. Nobody.
Correct.
There's no such thing as that.
Nah.
The world isn't set up that way.
Simple.
Right? Go get yourself some fucking help, man.
There's some people who lie about it.
All the time, who try to take the credit for everything they did and not credit the people that helped them.
Right.
Sure. That's a thing. Those people we got a name for those people. Assholes.
Thank you.
They gave me my donut and you one donut.
You hear this bullshit?
I see.
Yo, what up?
Say hello. Where's he at?
Look at Chaos's crazy ass.
But you have to get out.
Yeah.
It's not time for you.
But
I want to hang out with Dad.
Listen, when he be chilling for the most part when he in here, I just don't want to risk it.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Like, he's actually not bad when he's in here. It's just the one time that he proved me
moments,
wrong.
Bro.
Right.
They had their little zoomy moments. We're going to talk about it. I'll tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? They be having these moments, bro. Little motherfuckers.
Yo, the funniest thing. Me and Tim were talking about something completely different. And he was sending me voice notes. And at the end of one of his voice notes, he just completely switched the topic like, yo, this motherfucking cat just...
Bruh. Annoying ass. Yo, that shit was so ass. We getting that shit was so ass, bro. So ass. Like, yo, why don't you just go away? Go chill.
Because why would they do that? Why would they do that? That's not in their nature.
Take your ass up. There's people up there.
But not your people.
Listen. He is not my cat.
Matters none. Here's the thing. So cats have their human. That's absolutely true. However, they also have a B slot that is temporary and rotational.
That's right, true.
So, like,
I've seen it already with that specific cat and Ayana. Like, so he has technically he is owned by mother-in-law. Right. She's the one that wanted him. After JB passed, she had to get another black and white cat thinking it replaces JB, but there's nothing that's going to replace JB. JB was a one of one, right? Mm-hmm. So we got the cat. But if I'm honest, the cat's person is Siobhan. Mm-hmm. But if Siobhan's not here, yada do. He jumping all on the lap, doing all those shit. Yada do. Yeah.
Right. That's how they do. Mm-hmm. Like, Chaos be going through ebbs and flows on whether he want to be around Chrissy or not. And then when he want to be around her, he like all up on her.
Yeah, being ass.
Craziest thing. I have no rhyme or reason.
But you're clearly Chaos's person.
Oh, yeah. Indisputed.
I don't even know how they choose, honestly.
I don't. All right. I will say I believe that I'm more of a cat person than Chrissy is. So when he was a baby, I was in there.
That's what it is.
I was handling him more often than she was.
That's what it is.
I don't know. Maybe he took to the way that I played with him versus the way that she played with him. Because it's not like she was absent.
Right.
She was interacting with him, but over time, we just started to realize that like he just took to me.
I think there's a thing that they don't have a word for, of course, but it's caretaker, right?
Sure.
So if you are the one that feeds them or handles them.
So in the beginning, Chrissy was doing more of that because remember,
interesting.
Like she had, since we've been here, basically the majority of the time, she's had some element of working from home.
Oh yeah, yep.
So
that's true.
She's like, in times where when he was a baby, she would like come in here, do a client, and then leave out of here and go in his room with him. So like, nah, that caretaker role, I would argue that she played more of that specific role.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah, when he was a baby. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's the crazy, but it just goes to show like they're not monoliths and they're not that damn predictable.
Yep.
They all have their own individual personalities.
That's true. And they have their different reasons too.
They have their different reasons.
Apparently. Because I know JB, I was technically JB's person. Mm-hmm. But I was mad at JB all the time.
Right.
Chewed my wire and shit, right?
Facts.
Chewed my wire up. So I ain't trust him after that. He was baby when he did it, but I still didn't trust him. Get with my wires. Right? So because of that, I've always tried to trace back how or why I became that one to him. All I could think of is one day when we had just got him. He was a little ass cat roaming around the house. I went to go downstairs and I sat on the step to tie my shoes because shoes on time. And when you get down low, they get, they're like, okay, this is more accessible. And the first thing he did was yell, ah! And came right over there and shit. So I pet him up. And then there was an issue with Zora. Zora was trying to kill his ass. Like, every time she would swipe at him, she'd be swinging for the fences, right? So I would protect him from that. And because he was little, I hadn't really had a bunch of experience around cats. I was afraid he was gonna wake up in the morning. His little ass is gonna be dead around there, right? So I would have him in the bed, like, yo, nah.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
You need to chill right here, because she finna kill you, right? And I think that's what did it.
Word.
And that's also when he chewed my wire.
Ooh.
Yeah. I woke up to my wire chewed. Now when you little bastard. Because especially back then, but even so now, all I'm about is wires.
Oh, sure.
Cords. You can't be, B, you got to be able to coexist with the cords I have. And one thing about T'Challa, what up, Ryan? One thing about T'Challa, he coexisted with the cord.
Right.
If I'm sitting over here, like if I was sitting over here, he'd come over lay right at the foot of the thing on the rug, and just be like, oh, I'm chilling.
Mhm.
And then if he felt like he wanted some attention, he'd jump in my lap. Boom. And take a nap.
Mike said, I think cats choose largely based on vibes. Hey,
It's probably
that might be true. I don't,
Mhm. It's probably vibes.
because I've honestly, through all the cats that I've been around, I've never had one cling to me the way Chaos does. Like, not once. Not in
That's
my
crazy.
entire life. When I was a kid, well, maybe when I was a kid, I was too loud and obnoxious to be around the cat.
Probably
So that was probably that. But even when after I became adult, like I've had cats and been in houses where cats were had, and I've played around with them and all that other, pet them up, but
Right.
no, never this. This is my first experience. This shit is annoying. I
I
ain't gonna hold you. It's annoying. It's like, yo, I come in the house and it's crazy because it's like he wants me and Chrissy to be in the same place.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if we're not in the same place, his behavior is more unpredictable. But like, if she's in the living room when I come home and he doesn't happen to be down here, when I come in the house, he runs down here. He beats me to my seat on the couch, and then he's just all up on me. Yesterday, he happened to be down here when I came in the house. So he laid at the doorway between the living room and the kitchen. I walked up to him. Once I got to him, he got up, moved closer to my seat, laid down. I walked over to him. He got up, moved. I'm like, yo, this is
Ass, yo.
absolutely
He's
ridiculous.
ass, yo. He's ass.
He's like, come on, why are you taking so long, basically?
Oh, and you know what? Speaking of that, give me 1 second. I gotta ensure some things
Oh,
aren't
God.
going down.
He done. For us to start the show off talking about cats was apparently very beneficial because allegedly this will stop him from having to get up to fix whatever the cat's messed up. If he's being smart about it. If he's being smart about it. We'll see. But yeah, this is absolutely new to me. I mean, I'm used to it now because of how long we've had him. But I ain't never had that situation. Like, Tim would always talk about, everybody would tell him how standoffish and to themselves cats are. I've experienced, he says he's never seen a cat like that in his house. I've seen a cat or two like that I've grown up with. But for the most part, no. Y'all loud as hell, my guy. For the most part, no. That's not really a thing. I think they're more like that when they get older. And a lot of people, like if you adopt cats, a lot of people end up with older cats sometimes. Or people when they find cats, like, you know, it's a good chance that you'll end up with an older cat that's already had a chance to form their personality and all that other good stuff. And whatever situation they were in wasn't necessarily conducive to trying to be all up under a human. But the majority of the cats that I've had, I got them when they were kittens. So yeah, I don't really have that experience either. But this is different. Like, he will just decide. Like, every now and then he'll chill. Like, I weaned him off the thing where he follows me around in the morning when I get out of the shower until I pick him up. I weaned him off of that.
Right.
Now when I sit back on the bed, he'll like decide if he wants to come up there or not. That's much better. I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was cool. But I much prefer not having to pick him up, hold him like a baby, pet him for 6 minutes. I prefer not to do that. So
Yes.
I weaned him off of that, and he's good with that. And also, like, he's gotten much better with this thing with having to be in the room when we sleep. Because like I said, once I realized that he was really trying to play hide and seek, I stopped worrying about closing the door so much.
Right.
And recently, I'll just leave the door open. And the vast majority of the time, he don't even come in the room. I think a part of that is because he has access to the basement now too.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Probably.
he has
They
more
love
space
basements.
to roam, and the basement is cooler than everywhere else. And yeah, so
And it's stuff to hide in and find new
Mhm.
shit and look. Yeah.
absolutely. What the cats do?
Cat's ass.
Mm.
They are. And we're going to get into that a little more later. But, yo, do you realize that we just spent the first 33 minutes talking about the cat kids and all?
I know, right? That's crazy. All right. Let's get into this. Project Blockbuster. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
A comprehensive strategic analysis of the Netflix Warner Brothers Discovery acquisition.
That's funny.
Blockbuster, hilarious. Executive summary: the announced acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery's studio and streaming assets by Netflix Inc. for an enterprise value of approximately $82.7 billion represents a watershed moment in the history of the global media industry. Announced on December 5th, amidst a volatile economic backdrop and a shifting regulatory landscape, this transition, if consummated, would definitely end the streaming wars phase of fragmentation and usher in an era of hyper consolidation. The deal structure is highly complex, involving a cash and stock offer of $27.75 per share, the assumption of $10.7 billion in debt, and a prerequisite spinoff of WBD's linear cable networks into a standalone entity, Discovery Global. This report offers an exhaustive examination of the transaction's strategic architecture, financial implications, regulatory hurdles, and operational risks. By synthesizing market data, legal precedents, and industry sentiment, this analysis determines that while the industrial logic of the merger is compelling, creating an unraveled content hegemony, the probability of successful closure is severely compromised by antitrust headwinds in the United States and the European Union. The transaction architecture, structure, financing, and valuation. The definitive agreement between Netflix and Warner Brothers Discovery is not merely a purchase of assets, but a fundamental restructuring of two major corporations. The architecture of the deal reveals Netflix's strategic intent to acquire growth assets, IP, library, streaming subscribers, while rejecting decay assets, linear cable networks. The offer price of $27.75 per share represents a premium of approximately 121% over the trading price prior to the initial rumors in September 2025, signaling the aggressive nature of Netflix's bid to preempt rivals like Paramount and Comcast. The consideration mix is heavily weighted toward cash, providing immediate liquidity to WBD shareholders who have weathered years of value destruction following the previous AT&T spinoff.
1 second. I like that.
What up, GA?
We're gonna do. What's up, G?
Oh yeah, the shareholders getting broke off.
Break them off something.
Mm-hmm.
Off something.
Oh no, I love that part.
Yeah, I love that part.
Oh, there's a breakdown. Cash consideration, $23.25 per share, represents approximately 84% of the total offer, funded via massive debt issuance, signaling Netflix's shift from growth equity to leverage compounding. Stock consideration, $4.50 per share, approximately 16% of the offer, Subject to a dollar mechanism to protect WBD shareholders from Netflix stock volatility between signing and closing. Total offer price $27.75 per share. Values WBD equity at approximately $72 billion. The premium effectively pays for the scarcity value of the WB library. Net debt assumed approximately $10.7 billion. Netflix absorbs a fraction of WBD's total gross debt, which is $41 billion plus, leaving the toxic portion with the Discovery Global spinoff. Total enterprise value $82.7 billion, the largest media M&A transaction of the decade, surpassing the Disney Fox acquisition in inflation-adjusted terms.
Wow.
Breakup fee $5.8 billion. A historic sum, approximately 8% of equity value,
You
indicates
talking about that Netflix deal, GA?
indicates Netflix's high conviction in its legal strategy or a desperate need to lock out Paramount. The assumption of only $10.7 billion in debt is a critical detail. WBD had been burdened with a gross debt load exceeding $40 billion, a hangover from the formation of the company. By structuring the deal to leave the majority of this leverage with the spun-off Discovery Global entity, Netflix ensures that its own balance sheet remains manageable, though significantly more leveraged than in its history. The transaction is contingent upon the prior separation of WBD's Global Networks division. This is a complex maneuver designed to bypass regulatory prohibitions against cross-ownership of major news assets, CNN, and to sanitizing the asset pool Netflix is acquiring. The new entity, tentatively named Discovery Global, is expected to trade publicly by Q3 2026. It will house CNN, TNT Sports US, Discovery Channel, HGTV, Food Network, TLC, TNT, TBS, and Discovery Plus. The viability of Discovery Global is a subject of intense debate among credit analysts. It acts as a bad bank for media assets, holding the declining linear revenue streams while losing the growth engine of the studio. While Bank of America analysts have issued a target price of $14 for this new entity, arguing that it will be a cash cow business capable of paying down debt. S&P and Moody's have expressed concerns about the secular pressure in the linear television ecosystem. If Discovery Global is saddled with too much of the legacy debt, it risks being rated as junk, which can trigger shareholder lawsuits claiming the board breached fiduciary duties by stripping the prime assets for Netflix.
Boy.
Strategic rationale. The forever library and market hegemony. Netflix's pursuit of WBD is not merely an expansion. It is a defensive fortification against the maturation of the streaming market. Having reached 300 million subscribers, Netflix's organic growth is slowing. To sustain its valuation, it must increase average revenue per user and reduce churn. The WBD acquisition addresses these imperatives through the concept of the forever library. While Netflix has successfully manufactured hits, it lacks a deep bench of multi-generational intellectual property.
These are the facts.
WBD provides exactly this: a century of culture-defining content that requires no new production spend to generate engagement. The Wizarding World, Harry Potter, the DC Universe, HBO Prestige. By acquiring these assets, Netflix insulates itself from the content clawback trend, where rival studios pull their content from Netflix to feed their own services. Owning Friends and The Big Bang Theory in perpetuity creates a defensive moat around the service's retention metrics. I mean,
listen, we're not going to act like that this was not a good deal for Netflix.
Oh, nigga.
My question is, and by the way, giving anybody $82 billion is a good deal for the person. $82 billion. Like, we're not going right. But what I will say is, my question is it good for us to have so many of these classic IPs owned by just Netflix, because I don't all the time agree with their business practice
Facts.
or how they crush certain IPs simply like they did The Witcher. Like,
Mhm.
that's unfortunately HBO and Warner Brothers have IPs that I enjoy
Mhm.
immensely, right? So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
Operational integration risks. The clash of Silicon Valley and Hollywood. Mergers of this magnitude rarely proceed smoothly. The integration of Netflix with WBD presents profound operational risks reminiscent of the disastrous AOL Time Warner merger.
Oh
A
shit.
central tension lies in the distribution strategy. Netflix has historically treated theatrical releases as marketing events for streaming, often bypassing theaters entirely or offering limited windows. WBD, conversely, is the studio of Barbie and the Dark Knight, a company whose identity is forged in the cinema. Netflix has privately assured WBD leadership that it will honor existing theatrical commitments. But financial pressure to drive subscribers may tempt Netflix to shorten windows.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right here.
This would alienate top-tier directors like Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve,
James Gunn.
who knew the theatrical experience who view the theatrical experience as non-negotiable. The Directors Guild of America has already raised significant concerns regarding this potential shift. If Netflix becomes a direct-to-streaming factory, it risks losing access to the creative talent required to make the prestige films it covets.
Yeah, but here's the issue with that, though. The issue was that's true. However, because they have stuff that people are going to watch forever
Mhm.
now, they're going to still be able to make money by just keep certain shit up there on the platform. People are going to go and watch that shit over and over and over and over and over and over and introduce their kids to it, and it's a whole fucking. I don't know how I feel about all this, bro. There's nothing I can do about it, but I don't know how I feel
thanks.
about it.
Well, Sean P., I'm glad you said that. He says Netflix will be switching from Marvel to DC, I guess. Not necessarily. Here's the thing. There is ambiguity regarding the consumer-facing product. Snippets suggest Netflix might initially keep HBO Max as a standalone app, but the long-term logic favors a single super app or a hub model.
Right.
Integrating HBO's library involves ingesting petabytes of high-fidelity data into Netflix's codec system.
Huh.
Placing Sopranos alongside Is It Cake in a unified interface risks diluting the premium brand equity of HBO.
Yep.
The tile approach used by Disney Plus, separating Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, etc., is the likely roadmap, but it requires a sophisticated UI overhaul to prevent clutter.
Yep.
So, with that being said, that is possible, Sean P. Not necessary. If they keep them separate, now it would depend on what Disney decides to do.
See, that's
what
the
the issue would be.
That's the issue because again, currently Netflix has DC properties on it.
Mm-hmm.
They've always had some DC properties on there.
Yep.
Right? They had the Flash series was on there. They had Supergirl on there. They had a Legion of whatever on there. Like, so they had Batman, certain Batman movies and shit on there. Like they still will do.
I don't think they're against that. Also, WWE. WWE is on Netflix.
Yep.
AEW is on HBO Max. I don't necessarily think they just gonna get rid of AEW.
No.
Right.
That's crazy.
So it depends. Like it depends. We don't know yet.
It's interesting.
The uncertainty of the merger period, 12 to 18 months, creates a retention crisis. Executives and creatives at WBD may flee to competitors like Disney or Amazon rather than wait to see if they will be synergized out of a job. Reports indicate that Hollywood is preparing for war, with talent agencies advising clients to secure change of control clauses in their contracts.
They're getting ready. They're getting ready.
One of the most operationally complex aspects of the deal is the fragmentation of sports rights. The spinoff of Discovery Global creates a bizarre schism in the TNT Sports brand. U.S. rights. TNT Sports in the United States, holding NBA, NHL rights, will remain with the spun-off Discovery Global entity. However, TNT Sports UK and Eurosport will be acquired by Netflix as a part of the streaming and studios package. The split creates a disjointed global strategy. Netflix acquires a significant sports broadcasting arm in the UK and Europe, including rights to Premier League games and cycling, forcing it to become a live sports broadcaster overnight. That's not true.
Huh.
That part is not true. Well, that part is only partially true
True.
because they stream WWE live and they have started for a couple years. I think Chris Rock's response to Will Smith was the first live show on Netflix. So they started a while ago with doing live
That's
content, and WWE is live on Mondays, so that's sports adjacent. So it's not
it's not out the
completely
realm of
foreign to them.
possibility for that. Yeah.
There is speculation that Netflix may look to divest these linear sports assets immediately after closing, potentially selling TNT Sports UK to a rival like Sky or Amazon. Managing live sports requires different technical infrastructure compared to VOD. Again,
What up, Gray?
What up? Again, this part isn't the albatross that the report
They make
would
it out to be.
Yeah, because again, they already have live programming.
Right.
Financial analysis. I don't really care about that part.
No. Because to be clear, anybody receiving $82 billion of any cash is a good day for them.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a good day. So
I have no joy to contribute, nor sympathy to suck from. I don't.
no.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
The single greatest obstacle to this transaction is antitrust regulation. The deal faces what legal experts term a regulatory Everest in both Washington and Brussels. The review will likely be conducted by the DOJ, which has adopted an aggressive stance against consolidation under the Biden administration.
Yeah, but we're not there anymore.
We're not there no more.
It's not what it was at that point.
While the deal will be
You know,
reviewed under the Trump administration, the populism of the new right shares a skepticism of big tech dominance. The merger combines the number 1 and number 3 streaming services under
Wait a minute, say that part again.
While the deal will be reviewed under the incoming Trump administration, the populism of the new right shares a skepticism of big tech dominance.
I disagree with that assessment right there. Just from my observations, no, they don't.
Yeah, I don't.
It depends on who's the one that's doing it.
Mhm.
If they like, if it's Elon, then they all on his dick.
Right.
So
yeah, I think that's very depending.
Yeah.
Theory of harm, horizontal concentration. The merger combines number 1 and number 3 streaming services under the 2023 merger guidelines. This is presumptively illegal if the market is identified as premium subscription video on demand. The combined market share would exceed 40%, given the entity. That's not a word. There's no way this is a word. I'm about to look this up. But pardon me. This is not a word. This cannot possibly be a word. It is absolutely a word.
all words are words.
No, listen, you're right. But nigga. Okay. Take 2. The combined market share would exceed 40%, giving the entity monopsony power over labor and monopoly power over pricing. Netflix's defense. Netflix's legal team is preparing a category ambiguity defense.
Exactly, Brian.
They will argue that the relevant market is not SVOD, but the attention economy, or all video entertainment, which includes YouTube, TikTok, Fortnite, and linear TV.
Boy.
By broadening the denominator, their combined market share drops
That's one of the things that is never
nigga.
Really, yo, YouTube has the largest share.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't the largest.
By broadening the denominator, their combined market share drops to less than 10%, making the deal appear less threatening. The labor market argument. A new and potent threat comes from the DOJ FTC's January 2025 guidelines on business activities affecting workers. These guidelines explicitly state that mergers reducing competition for labor can be blocked. The WGA and DGA are aggressively lobbying on these grounds, arguing the deal suppresses wages. That's fair.
No, that is fair. I just have a hard time believing that this.
Yeah, I don't know if it. Yeah, I mean, but it passed in 2025. But I don't know when in 2025.
So I just remember him, their leader, clearly saying he thought that minimum wage was too high. So, like, it seems to me they don't care much about
Facts.
Wages like that. Like,
in Europe, the deal faces the European Commission and its
yes,
new competition commissioner, Teresa Ribera. Ribera's mission letter explicitly tasks her with tackling killer acquisitions and enforcing stricter merger controls to protect the EU's competitiveness. While she is open to creating European champions, Netflix is an American giant swallowing a studio that produces significant European content. The European Media Freedom Act, fully applicable as of August 2025, mandates that member states assess media mergers for their impact on media plurality. France and Germany may view the absorption of WBD by Netflix as a threat to cultural sovereignty. Market definition. The AC often...
Hey, hold up for a second. GA says, hey, we ain't talking about how SBJ took a second look at that word and got it right immediately. Some YouTubers can use your tutelage.
Here's the thing. All right. Let me address that real quick. Here's what actually happened. I know that's how it looked. What actually happened is, as I was sitting there in disbelief,
right,
that it was actually a word and not a typo,
right,
that during that stretch of time is when I was trying to figure out the pronunciation.
Oh, all right, gotcha.
When I looked to check to see if it was a word, and it was, I had already went with the pronunciation I was going to use. I had already did that. Now, I think I'm right, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah. I mean,
probably right.
Listen,
you're probably right.
Listen, though I speak with a slur, so my words don't always come out clear.
Right.
I do words.
I mean, you do.
Yeah. I do words.
Yeah.
I only really try to shy away from the super stupid words and from cultural names.
Yeah, especially cultural names that have like one vowel.
Nigga, like what?
And 20 consonants. It's like, yo, listen, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
The EC often distinguishes between AVOD, ad-supported like YouTube, and SVOD, paid. Netflix's argument that it competes with YouTube might hold less weight in Brussels, where SVOD is viewed as a distinct market with high barriers to entry. Okay?
But to be clear, YouTube has movies.
Facts. Absolutely.
They have movies on it.
And they are a TV station as well.
They are a TV station. I'm just saying. And some sports events get streamed live.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Facts. All facts. Likelihood of transaction closing. Forecasting the outcome of this transaction requires weighing the financial incentives against the regulatory headwinds. The coin flip probability. Based on market arbitrage spreads, analyst reports, and historical precedents, the likelihood of this deal closing in its current form is estimated at 40 to 50%. The path to yes. Netflix successfully argues that linear TV and social media are its true competitors. It agrees to massive behavioral remedies, guaranteeing theatrical windows for 5 years, licensing content to rivals. The Trump DOJ takes a laissez-faire approach to M&A. That this might not be that high of a hurdle. The path to no. The DOJ defines the market as SVOD. The combined share is too high. The labor unions provide compelling evidence of wage suppressing, or the EU blocks based on ecosystem theories of harm. If the deal is blocked, Netflix pays $5.8 billion. The stock likely rebounds as the debt risk is removed, but the strategic problem of no back catalog remains. WBD receives that $5.8 billion cash infusion, which helps pay down debt, but is left as an orphan asset. It would likely immediately become a target for Comcast or a private
it
equity
will.
breakup. Paramount remains a subscale player, potentially forcing it into a merger with Peacock or a sale to a tech giant, though regulatory hurdles would remain similar. Conclusion: the Netflix Warner Brothers Discovery acquisition is a high stakes gambit to define the end game of the streaming era. For Netflix, it is the ultimate buy versus build decision, paying $82 billion to acquire a century of history rather than spending decades trying to replicate it. For Warner Brothers Discovery, it is a capitulation, an admission that it lacks the scale and capital to win the streaming wars alone. While the strategic rationale is undeniable, the transaction faces a hostile regulatory environment that views such consolidations as inherently anti-competitive. The sheer size of the breakup fee indicates that both parties are aware they are walking into a legal buzzsaw. Investors, industry peers, and regulators should prepare for a protracted 18-month battle that will serve as a referendum on the future of media power. Whether the deal closes or collapses, the mere attempt has irrevocably altered the landscape, signaling that the era of fragmentation is over and the era of the mega streamer has arrived.
So, a couple of things that I'm noticing about a lot of that. When you start getting up into those sorts of numbers and you're dealing with communications companies, right? Essentially, right? There are so many legal barriers, so many hurdles you have to go over. It has to be satisfied, from actual laws to little provisions or whatever shit that they got going on up there. It requires more than just the idea of, oh, I have this and I'm selling this, or you have that and I want to buy that. Because then with that also comes the expense of having lawyers.
Yep.
You have to have those.
No way around it.
Because when you're talking about that amount of money changing hands, more so than that, you're talking about market share. And once these mega corporations accumulate huge parts of the market, the term monopoly starts to be tossed around the moment they start having acquisitions of other people's shit and buying them in, right? And that's when you start getting all kinds of legal shit. You have, I am sure, politicians whose palms must be greased in some way to get them to even agree to some of this shit. That's why, like the other week, I was talking about how there are tier levels in business. So the bottom tier level is the little girl grabs some lemons, some water, and some sugar, and go gets the folding table out of the garage, puts it on the curb, puts a sign up, lemonade, 25 cents. That's the bottom tier business. Once you start going up, and then you get to the top tier, that's selling business. Yeah. That's literally you creating something and then selling it. You create the business to sell it, and then you start over again with another business. I was unaware of how prevalent that was until certain things business-wise that me and Gray and few of our business associates are doing. I was unaware how prevalent that was. It is super prevalent. There are a bunch of people out here who got caked up just off of starting a business, sometimes making it profitable, because that's not always a prerequisite for whether or not somebody buys that from you. If not, back during the early wave of apps and shit, big tech companies would buy apps, even though that app was not profitable at the time, because the app did something that they either wanted for their platform or they didn't want to compete against that thing getting big, right? And saying, oh, nah, we're going to take that off your hands right now. You're not going to be part of the equation in this market and take away from our market share.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of reasons why motherfuckers buy something, but there are people who legitimately do that. They use business as product. The business is the product, right? Look what we built. You know you want to buy this.
Facts.
You know you want to get this. You know what I'm saying? And they get caked up and they start over. They do another one. Then they do another one. Then they do another one. And before you know it, this motherfucker is multi-billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
He's a multi-billionaire. And when you ask them how they made their money, they say, well, you know, I sold a few businesses. Like they said, I sold some cars
Facts.
at a dealership. And I sold a few cars. Whole businesses. And like I said, I was unaware of how prevalent that was until in the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at this whole situation with this is that it's more than just, hey man, give me your patents or your business license and all of that, and I'll give you this money. No, when you get up to that level, it's political considerations, and that to me makes it like super dangerous.
Yeah.
Like because you're talking about a lot of money, and when you add that bunch of money to people's hands, need to be greased,
Mm-hmm.
and people potentially losing out on billions of dollars. What would a motherfucker? I know what a motherfucker would do for a couple of $100 in the hood. You owe somebody a couple of $100 in the hood,
Right.
and don't give them their shit and act like you disrespected or act like. I know what a motherfucker do for a corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's my corner. Imagine what motherfuckers do for this amount of cake, this amount of influence, this amount of access. Dangerous. Dangerous. Grace says, this is true. Most high valuation businesses aren't profitable. Look at OpenAI's dumbass with Microsoft. Yo,
Yeah.
classic example. Yo, OpenAI has not been profitable yet.
Yep.
And though they have a huge part of the user market, right? Because they were technically the first to put something out like that. It's not that they're the first to try this or do this, but they're the first to put something like this out. Right? So they got name recognition, name saturation, brand saturation, users. And even with that, they haven't been profitable yet. And that hasn't stopped them from getting money. That hasn't stopped them from getting billions. That hasn't stopped Sam Altman from being a fucking billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't stopped none of that shit. Because it's not necessarily about whether or not your company is profitable. It's about what people see value in it, whatever the service is, the product is, or whatever, or not wanting you to eventually blow up and fuck up what they got. Or they don't have what you have, so they're going to buy that so they can have it, and they're going to integrate and fold that into their business structure.
Yeah.
Sean P said maybe they will bring back the canned Batgirl movie. That was canceled for financial shenanigans.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan says, how much you willing to spend on just the ability to utilize and not own it? Well, that's another part of the whole business cycle that we're in now too, where you'll own nothing and you'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's that sort of thing right there. But I mean, just from a businessman perspective, I've always been of the mindset that owning 100% of something that doesn't make money doesn't help you.
Correct.
You're better off with 40, 10, 20. If it's garnering you hundreds of millions or $1 billion, but if you have that 100% and it's not making you any money, you just got basically something there. Right?
You got bragging rights.
Yeah, got bragging rights. You know. Look at us on here sounding like CNBC. Listen,
Hilarious.
I'm just saying the Netflix shit. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about one company scooping up that amount of IPs that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Especially when I don't necessarily appreciate some of their business practices. I kind of feel like some of my shit's going to be suppressed in some way because they can, or because they're going to favor something over the other, or because maybe the shit that I like it's too niche
Yeah.
or relatively niche, and they want the more want the one that's more popular amongst more a larger audience. So I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, I do know Netflix been be on some bullshit,
Oh, nigga.
and they've been on some bullshit for a while now
Oh, nigga.
with users and shit like that. They've been on some bullshit.
Facts.
So we're gonna have to see how this turns out. But again, it's like you said, we got to see how Disney and them going carry it with a lot of this shit, right? We want to see how they gonna carry it, because
absolutely, because if
that the mouse be on some shit.
Oh, facts. And here's the thing, they could potentially. I mean, I don't. Look, I'm not speaking as if I know for sure. let me do that first. This is speculation, but I imagine a potentiality where these other studios pull their shit from Netflix.
Yo.
So
yes, bro.
If that happens,
I can see that happening.
It'll be interesting because Netflix will still have their shit, and then they'll have the WBD shit, but not anybody else's.
All the other shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
So,
it's war.
Yeah, basically,
it's war.
Yeah, pretty much.
He said, "Y'all sound like Fox Business at 3 a.m. on Saturday, 4 a.m. Sunday morning."
Hey, listen.
I'm telling y'all now. Be very aware of this. Just be very aware and track the evolution. Because I'm telling you now that over the next couple of years, with certain shit that we got going on, you might get more of that type of. Yeah. you might get more of that type of. I'm just saying.
I can't.
We might do a separate show. Just
don't like you at all.
Just saying.
Don't like you at all. Yeah. All right.
Oh, look, Grace say, can we talk about for no reason how Blockbuster Video laughed Netflix out of the room for asking for $50 million? Netflix is now worth $200 billion, bro.
All facts,
bro. Man.
Yeah, and now there's one Blockbuster left. And it's a tourist site.
It's not necessarily a Blockbuster. It's a house buster. Like, it's small. It's not even really.
Basically. Yeah, no, it's
careful who you laugh at, my guy.
And it's in the Midwest.
It's in the Midwest. Yo, be careful who you laugh at, my guy. Like, listen, when people have certain ideas, really inquire about it. If it's a person that you care about, really inquire about the idea, right?
Yeah.
And dig into it, right? Because that whole it don't ever work. You're wasting your time. All of that shit there can come back to make you look dumb as a motherfucker.
Facts. All facts. Yeah, so let's I got a couple of shorter stories. Nelson Mandela. Wise words from Nelson Mandela that hit harder than ever in honor of his death anniversary. Given Nelson Mandela's efforts and insights into how to make the world a better place, in honor of his death anniversary, let's take a look back at some of his powerful words. Friday, December 5th, marks 22 years since Nelson Mandela died. The famed anti-apartheid activist and first president of South Africa left an indelible mark on the fight for social justice and democracy. As a Nobel Peace Prize recipient and lauded crusader for human rights, his work, and more importantly, his wisdom, is something we as a country could use now more than ever, given his efforts and insights into how... Let me stop. Remember before we got on here, we was just talking about how people use AI for things and in the most laziest way they possibly can.
Yeah, but this is before we got on, y'all. But we were talking about people. We saw a great example. I saw a great example of how to use the shit. Right? And we started talking about how a lot of people don't know how to use it,
Yeah.
and they do it very lazily, and it
Very.
really looks poorly on the whole
It looks
idea of the
terrible.
tool.
It falls into it. It validates the idea of AI slop,
Right,
right? So I'm reading this article, right? Now, far be it from me to just assume that somebody's writing is not somebody's writing, right? Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I could just be wrong on this,
Okay.
right? Because I write a very particular way, and I am not one who is intimately studied in other ways of writing.
Writing, right.
Right. So it might just be slipping. It might be a false flag. I don't know.
I don't
However,
think.
however, I've seen this 2 or 3 times thus far in this article. Let me read this word for word, because I thought that maybe that first one, if I am right, was just like a typo. You know?
Nah, bro. Listen, I'm listening intently because I can most of the time I can catch when somebody didn't do what the fuck they were supposed to do.
Okay. So let me bring the chat back up so I can see it. Okay. Given Nelson Mandela's efforts and insights and into how to make the world a better place, comma. We're going to stop right there.
Gross.
Given Nelson Mandela's efforts and insights and into how to make the world a better place. And then it came back up. Blah, 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 blah. Given his efforts and insights and into how to make the world a better place.
I don't like it.
Let me see something.
I don't like it. I don't like the way that's worded.
Because I have... let me just look and see what these people saying about this little excerpt of speech right
There's
here.
no what?
This little excerpt of speech right here. Let me see what these people say about it, because I just want to see something real quick. I just want to see. Let me paste this in here.
Guys, want to see something.
I mean, listen. Check for AI text. I
kind of expect AI to write better than that, though.
You know what? But the same mistake was made to. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I just feel like this is like...
You know, one of the best ways to save yourself from letting something like that be published. Like, read your shit.
You could always just read it.
You could always just read your shit and be like, "Ugh, that's ugly." Like, if you're a writer and you've been writing for a substantial amount of time, you can hear when something does not sound worded.
Yeah. Given based on specific grammatical structures and errors present in the text, this looks like a human editing an AI draft.
I can see that.
Okay, and partially because of the reason that you said. Partially because of the reason you said. All LLMs are generally tend to be grammatically perfect. This text contains 2 specific errors that are very common in human drafting but rare in AI output. The end into... All right, hold on. Let me give it the full context of the article, because the only problem with that... Nope, I'm going to do it. We live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Let's do this. Edit this.
And my thing is, I don't have a problem with you editing. You should be editing if you're going to use that. You should be putting your human touch on it. You should be.
Yes.
My issue is when you edit it wrong.
Yeah, bro. Like, here's my thing. If you're using AI as a tool to assist you in something that you do,
yes,
you should be able to do that thing.
Yes, 100%.
because it leads me to believe that when you make changes to the AI script that are wrong, that you probably shouldn't be taking this shortcut.
You should not be using AI at all.
Right.
You should be working on your craft.
That part.
You should be working on how to write. Like that you should be doing that.
Like, it's one thing as an established writer to grab a report from deep
and
research.
use this as a word processor.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But when you get something, you get some output from AI, and then you try to make your edits to make it look not AI, and you end up being wrong.
Yeah. You got bigger problems than just,
All right, let me run this. I ain't put the whole article in there because it took too long because it's a bunch of pictures and other shit in between. I wasn't about to do all that. But I'm about to rerun it again. And let's see what they have to say.
there are certain things that AI leans into when it writes.
Yeah.
It leans into it's not X, it's Y writing style. Heavy. And it's a good way to tell. It also puts a bunch of M fucking dashes every goddamn where. So.
Yo, hold the fuck up. Wait. M dashes, oh my God.
All over the place. Like I said, if you're a writer, you can pick it out easy that somebody did not. They use it to do their whole thing. It's all of it. They may have gave it the initial idea, but then
this article is written. Your intuition is likely correct. This text displays several strong hallmarks of AI generation, specifically AI that hasn't been fact-checked by a human. Here's a breakdown of why this feels like AI.
That part, GA, overly balanced sentence structure. Yep.
The text states, and this slipped by me. I did not catch this one. That's why I'm glad I put more context into this goddamn thing. The text states, Friday, December 5th, marks 22 years since Nelson Mandela died. Fact, Nelson Mandela died on December 5th, 2013. Current date is December 2025. That math is 12 years, not 22 years. AI models, especially LLMs, are notoriously bad at calculating time deltas relative to today, unless explicitly instructed to do the math. It likely hallucinated the number 22 or pulled it from training data referencing a different anniversary or event. The text repeats an entire complex phrase almost verbatim in the first and third paragraphs. Given Nelson Mandela's efforts and insights end into how to make a... Yep. And says it again in the third paragraph. Yes. Humans rarely accidentally type the same exact long, clunky sentence twice in a short intro. This type of repetition is a common artifact in AI generation when the model gets stuck in a loop or tries to reincorporate the prompt instructions too rigidly. Both instances of the bolded phrase above contain the same grammatical error. The word "and" is unnecessary here. A human writer might make a typo, but creating the exact same syntax error in two different paragraphs is highly indicative of a machine pattern. The writing is full of fluff, words that sound inspirational but lack substance. Lauded crusader, indelible mark, we felt it fitting. This is the default setting for many AI models asked to write a blog post. They prioritize sounding smooth over being concise. Verdict, 95% chance it is AI. Between the incorrect math, off by a decade, the robotic repetition of phrases, and the syntax errors, this looks like a raw AI draft that was posted without human review.
One of the issues I had when they released ChatGPT 5 was the way it wrote.
Yeah. This is, I ain't gonna hold you. Us having this conversation earlier, I did not expect to run into that shit during the show.
Bro, here's the reason you're running into it. And this is what I be trying to tell motherfuckers all the time about this era that we in right now. It's already begun.
Yeah.
All that fighting to do to stop, so it's not stopping shit. They are going to use it now because they are adopting this super early.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't Star Trek AI. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not that. This shit is full of issues, problems. It ain't quite there. But that's not going to stop businesses and independent contracts and all that from using what they think speeds up their productivity.
Facts.
They're still going to use it.
Yeah.
Now, what you have is a difference between a lazy motherfucker, right, who is just trying to get the shit out just to say he got it out, or the motherfucker to say, okay, this tool can be useful, but it also needs to be monitored. I need to be fact checking the shit that comes up out of here. I need to also look at the verbiage of the shit.
Yeah.
I need to write my shit and maybe use it to correct some grammatical shit that I might have. Like, I said, well, how would you write this? Maybe write this in a different way, or maybe use for to help with the economy of words. Right? I'm using too many words here. There's a way I can say this that's same effect and impact, but not as many words.
Yep.
In other words, an actual writer looking at a tool,
Nigga.
looking at something that the same way he would look at Microsoft Word,
Right.
or some other shit, instead of the person who is essentially a hack, trying to go do this end run around learning how to actually write.
Yeah.
And you're going to see examples of both of these things. And I'm going to tell you now, the people that can actually write, that are using this for a tool, it's harder to see that they use AI.
Yeah.
It's harder to see.
I am so fucking annoyed. I ain't even hold shit.
I know.
Yo,
I know.
Because, so all right, I don't even know where to start. First of all, this fucking website, The Root. Now, we've had
They should know better.
conversations
Come on, bro.
Like, there was a point in time where, just some behind inside baseball stuff for you guys. There was a point in time where the majority of the articles that I used for the show were from The Root.
Yep.
There was a point in time. And then at a certain point, I just started to notice a change in some of the stuff that I was seeing from them. And that wasn't AI. That was other things that I was seeing. And I was like, maybe I'm going to use them less. I'm going to go to their site a lot less than I do now.
Right.
So for now, to see this shit, because it's like, wait, first of all, you don't know how to talk. First of all, the right matter of fact, let's do this. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who sent you?
Basically, Chanel. I'm not even going to try to say her last name. Young, gifted, and black entertainment writer, currently living life on shuffle. What's your Twitter look like?
Whose man /
Facts.
woman is this? Who dares claim him / her?
Let me search your. Let me search your Twitter for the term AI.
Oh, I know what you're doing. Like I said, man, someone who actually knows how to write and is conscientious about doing the editing and making sure the shit sounds right, it's harder to detect that they use the tool. The people who I would consider to be lazy, maybe they can write, or maybe they're just lazy, right? Or they really can't write, and they're diving into this space because they think, oh, with all these new AI tools, this should be easy for me to add this to a revenue stream, right?
Yeah,
I've seen all types, bro. I've seen all types.
Now, I'm not going to engage with her, but I will give her the credit that she's not somebody who's constantly bashing AI. I will give her that credit. But September 2023, she responds to a picture, to an Ebony magazine cover with Little Kim on it, and says, "So this wasn't an AI cover?" Back in October,
interesting comment.
Back in October, she says, "At a certain point, I just feel like it's childish to still be dealing with a period. All this AI and advanced medicine, and we haven't figured out a way to just get a text that says, 'Girl, you ain't pregnant. See you next month.'" All right, okay, that's not nothing bad about that one.
Yeah.
And back in 2023 again, let me go to latest. My bad, I'm at top. Let me go to latest. Okay. So yeah, she don't really say much about. Oh, this retouch is so bad. I thought it was
facts.
AI.
GA facts.
This retouch is so bad I thought it was AI. Huh. Interesting.
That's it. That's an interesting quote coming from you.
There's never a right time to strike, to be honest, but provisions would definitely need to be made, as someone in the quote tweet said. A strike, find, or give folks so many months' notice before it happens so folks can save up. And AI has deep flaws despite the cheap save they seem to make it out to be. Now, again, that's from 2023.
Mhm.
Maybe she was waiting for the models to get better. I don't know.
Could have been.
I don't know. But either you're terrible at math or.
Hmm.
All right, there's only three options, right?
Okay.
Now, as someone who uses AI often, I feel like I'm a decent detector of it,
Yes.
right? But in full transparency, I used AI to check to see if that was AI, right?
True.
So it's prone to mistakes, right? However, some of the reasons that it gave were also some of the things I said
That was red flagging in your head. That's right.
before I put it in. Now, so either she used AI and didn't edit it, right? Or she's terrible at math. Absolutely terrible at math. And the funny thing is, it triggered me a little bit when I read it 22 years, because I was like, hold on, I'm only 37.
Yeah, it was weird, bro.
But
Because the first thing I thought about was my daughter.
right.
Like,
Like, hold on, I'm 37. He been gone for that long? Okay, all right, fine, if they say so. That's what went through my head when I said that. But either she's using AI and not editing, she's terrible at math, or, and I don't know which of the three is worse, she's terrible at researching for an article she's doing.
I think all that's even to me. Like, that's a trifecta of bullshit to me.
Ah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
bro.
a trifecta. Yo, my thing is, right, if you was doing this particular field, you've been working in this field for a long period of time, don't start slacking on the shit you're supposed to do just because these tools came out. That's not the purpose. First of all, we all early adopting this shit.
Yeah.
We got to make this clear, right? Like, yes, the development has gone fast, super fast, but it still ain't gone fast enough for you just to completely decide to put your brain on a shelf and let that shit think for you. But what the fuck are you doing? Also, I would imagine you got into writing because you like how the usage of words.
Yeah.
So it would seem to me that the priority for you would be that this article was well written, because when someone reads it, you want it to be a good read. Right. That's should be the priority of why you're doing this. If you all of a sudden decided it'll do, yo, you might need to be doing.
GA said that's the why factor. Why the fuck you doing this?
Right.
Yo, I am instantly annoyed. All right, so so if you, here's your website. A conversation with Golden Globe nominee. Nope, not gonna try to attempt his name. Conversation with Snowfall actor Melvin Gregg, actor and activist Kendrick Sampson on how Hollywood can begin. A bunch of interviews. So I'm not going. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, your fucking website isn't updated. All right, I'm gonna leave her alone.
Yeah. She's TV tropes.
Yeah, basically.
Be fucking with her for a minute.
Yeah. So my thing is this, right? Mm-hmm. If you're going to use, this is how I'm, and this is ever changing. And I'm working on it every day. The use of AI, right? if you're going to use AI for something that you will never try to pass off as your own work, for like zero elements of
Mhm.
your own work, I have zero issue with you. Outside of the issues of AI themselves, which exist in other things as well, so I'm not going to get into that conversation. We're just talking about using AI itself, not what has to happen for AI to be available to you.
Mhm.
Using AI and not having any desire or intent to put out what it produces as a creative work in any way, shape, or form, I have zero issue with.
Right.
Zero issue. I don't give a fuck what you do with that. Using AI and the main element that you use the AI for of the thing that you are perpetrating to be your work, and you're trying to pass that off as yours, that I have an issue with.
Mhm.
That I have an issue with. I use, so just specific examples. If you are a rapper, if you proclaim to be a rapper, right? The lyrics on that song should not have come from a large language model.
Yeah, that's like having a ghostwriter.
That's like having a ghost model. Okay.
Yeah.
If you are a singer, the melody of that song, as heard on the final product, should not have come from a Suno or a Udio. If you proclaim to be a writer and you're writing an article for, let's say, The Root,
Right.
right? Your entire prose, unedited,
Yeah.
should not come from a large language model.
Yeah, bro.
That's how I feel. Now, if you fancy yourself a writer, but not as good of an editor, I can see you throwing your original shit into the AI, seeing if it can polish it
If
a
you
little
can
bit,
edit it or make it.
then rereading it to make sure that it actually works. Because you always have, what's the word? I can't remember the word that I use. Validate. Validation. Validation is the most important step in AI usage.
Absolutely.
By far, the most
Absolutely.
important step. Okay, if you are a rapper and the beat came from a Suno or a Udio, and you're proclaiming to be the rapper on the track, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. If you are, hell, if you're a comic book writer,
Right. Right.
and you proclaim to be a comic book writer, and the images, the art comes from a Nano Banana or a Mid Journey or something like that.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Fine.
Because I'm not into the super gatekeepy shit. Now I'm always going to prefer if there's someone available,
Right.
to do the shit. Yeah, have them do the shit if it's feasible.
Can you afford them?
Yeah, if it's feasible.
Right.
But if it's not feasible, as far as creativity, I don't believe in holding yourself back because of a limitation if there's a way around the limitation.
Also,
unless
I
you're
gotta
doing
be
the
me.
limitation in order to be creative.
Exactly. I got to be me. Meaning, years before all this stuff was available, I was looking at Tony Stark's AI going, damn, I wish I had that.
Facts.
I was watching Star Trek and going, damn, it would be cool if we had that. I still think it's cool to have that.
Yeah.
That does not excuse the behavior of these tech companies and the inability of our government to be functioning enough to create legislation in order to accurately like deal with this stuff. No, that's still an issue.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna act like just 10 years ago I was all hyped up on Tony Stark and Jarvis, and now all of a sudden act all super precious and virtue signal about it. No, I wanted to have it then. I'm not mad that we have it now. What I'm mad at is the irresponsibility of so-called artists, whatever, not doing their due diligence.
Correct.
You're not doing your fucking due diligence because you know this is not quite that yet.
Yes.
This is not quite that yet.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't do your diligence, to me, it feels like you don't care about your work.
That part.
And if you don't care about your work, why would I?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like the same with what GA just said. I don't really care about most AI stuff, but bars, nah. Listen, it's ghostwriting.
Yeah.
You say what you like, it's ghostwriting.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's 100% what it is.
Yeah, like,
there's no way around that. Like literally,
it's ghostwriting.
It's ghostwriting. It's 100% ghostwriting.
And you know, that's just a small rant on that. I completely understand that the philosophy on somebody writing for you largely changes depending on what genre of music you do.
Yes.
And some people tend to overlook the fact that hip hop as a culture, while that ghostwriting thing has been happening probably since fucking day one, but culturally it was frowned upon. And if we find out that that's what this was, you get penalized for that.
Yeah.
In the culture, the perception of the culture, you get penalized. This has always been the case in hip hop. It bothers me when I see people who don't do hip hop try to infuse their standards and their code of conduct on the hip hop. One of the things that made hip hop unique was that the expectation was, if you're rapping it, you wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
That it's coming from you.
Yeah.
It's coming from you.
Absolutely. That's the idea.
It's that part though. Hot take: biters are worse than MCs that don't write and have. I agree. You're literally stealing somebody else's words.
Yeah.
You're stealing their shit. That's worse. That's 100% worse.
Yeah.
But I just don't like when people who don't do what we do feel like they can impose their niche's standards on what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, B, I'm somebody that's been rapping for 40 plus years. You're not going to come in here and tell me what I'm supposed to respect all of a sudden. 40 plus years of never having anyone write a single line for me.
Right.
So we not doing that. We not doing that, right? If you are someone that's a producer and people write for you, I kind of expect that.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody sits around and goes, man, Dre with that ghostwriting shit. No, nobody in good
faith
thinks like that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thinks like that. Well, I'm talking about if you profess to be one of the greatest rappers of all time, greatest MCs of all time, part and parcel of being one of the greatest is that you wrote that shit. Your imagination, your perception of the world, you are adept at verbalizing and expressing that in this manner because it's a superpower. Mm-hmm. It's an absolute superpower, right? I just expect y'all to have superpowers. Facts, Gray. Know why you gotta respect Easy? Easy ain't hide shit.
Yeah.
Easy ain't hide. No, listen. I funded this shit. Folks, I funded this shit with trash bags full of money. And I came to Jerry Heller with trash bags full of money. Come on, we're gonna start ruthless. I was the actual drug dealer. These motherfuckers did. I sold the drugs. Me. I was in them streets. Me. Not them. But I'm the one that funded it to make this shit possible. I took all of that. I risked it for the biscuit just so we can have all this shit. Mm-hmm. So he gonna write my shit because I want to be a star.
Facts.
I want to be a star. He gonna write my shit. And I'm gonna say I don't write my shit.
Right.
What y'all gonna do? And nobody said or did anything.
No.
The problem is motherfuckers coming out here acting like I'm just the greatest writer of all time. Your pen ain't my pen. Then we found out your pen ain't your pen.
Yeah. Nigga.
We found out your pen ain't your pen. What is you talking about?
Hilarious.
I don't care. Whack, dope, spectacular. Did you write it?
Correct.
Did you write it?
Yeah. No, I'm with,
That's
I'm
all.
with you. I'm with you.
So
All right, but yeah, basically, yeah. No, listen. My general take with AI is just don't perpetrate to
the
be who
stereotypes.
don't
Yep.
perpetrate to be something you're not with it.
That's all.
That's all I'm
That's
saying.
all.
Like
That's all.
that's it.
Be you, because I'm gonna tell you. Over time, it's gonna be so ubiquitous that no one's even gonna think about it like that. Say, bro, some of the arguments that was had about Photoshop early on with photographers
Yeah.
mirrors this shit.
Sure.
Now find me a photographer that don't use Photoshop. Find me one that don't use Photoshop. That does the whole red room shit. Like they don't like find me one. No. It's about your approach to that shit that we're either gonna respect or not respect.
That part.
That's it. That's it. Curate your shit better, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with you?
That's wild, actually.
It is. It's wild too because Root is a respected opinion news outlet. To allow that to happen is
Right.
crazy.
I just
Yo, that's a fact, Gray. Remember, a calculator used to be a person in the building with an abacus,
thanks.
nigga. And oh, speaking of which, my wife is related to
A calculator? The
remember
original
those-
calculator?
no.
Oh,
Shut up.
oh,
She's so you remember NASA was using actual calculators with actual people, right? At some point during the whole quest to go to the moon and all that
Mhm.
shit. One of the black women that was one of those that was doing all of that. My wife's related to her.
oh shit!
Yeah, it's like an aunt.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's actually
he's a
amazing.
real calculator. What you talk that? What's that in your hand? It's a calculator. Imagine somebody coming from that time period, and they came from that time period and didn't get the benefit of experiencing everything
Nigga.
the rest of us did. And they come here now and they say, "Yeah, let me go get my calculator." In their mind, they think you about to get a person
I
come over here
don't
and
like
do shit.
you.
Then you pull the shit out your head or the shit off your
I
phone,
really
and they
don't
go,
like you.
"That ain't no that's not a calculator."
I don't like you.
Listen.
'Cause why would you present this hypothetical? Why would you present this hypothetical?
Because I think people they've lost context on how technology works and the acceptance of it in society. I think they've lost context, bro. I think purposely there have been companies who have never said this. Me and Greg was talking about this before.
Mhm.
For you guys to really believe,
Mm.
for any of you guys to really believe
Mm.
that UMG and Sony cared so much for the rights of artists and whether or not they get paid.
No,
That's why they went at these AI companies.
not a thing.
I have a bridge in College Park to sell you.
Hilarious.
Like, you mean to tell me the people who never gave a fuck and tried their hardest to make sure that artists were the least amount, paid the least and paid last, and didn't own their shit, you think these are the people, or was it another reason
Right.
that they utilized your emotional reaction to this shit? And also, I have to add, the absolute derelict of duty of the politicians in our system,
Yeah.
right? To make preparations for this technology eventually altering the entire work landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Dereliction of duty.
Thanks.
Malfeasance
I mean-
is going on up there for them not, partly because all of them 79 and don't understand this shit. Right?
I mean, yeah.
They made no provisions for it. They allowed your emotional reactions to the idea of I'm going to lose my job, or I'm going to lose the thing that's my livelihood. Even though most of y'all lying about that, most of you artists, your art is not your livelihood. Most of you artists do not fund your life through your art. Most of you don't. It's this common knowledge, by the way.
Correct.
So some of it is hyperbole and virtue signaling.
Sure.
All right, to be clear, right? But that being said, they utilize that. These record companies, they utilize that to get momentum going into these courts because they wanted the public opinion of this shit to be so sour that it seemed like they're on the side of right. And they even, you could tell they leaned into it just by the language they used. They didn't say the real reason they were doing this. They said, oh no, we're trying to protect artists.
Right.
Get the fuck out of it. It's never been a thing.
No, it's not. It's real.
Never been a thing.
It's a fugazi.
It's a fugazi. I looked it up. It says right there. This is a fugazi.
Yo.
They are flat out lying, and motherfuckers roll with it without being critical and thinking, hold up, yo, you doing this for, imagine, it's the same as I felt when I heard when they was talking about the H-1B visas, and Steve Bannon got up there and said some shit. Yeah, because this is not good for black people either, because, nigga, get out of my face.
Right.
You don't give a fuck about us. Stop that shit. Who you think you fooling? In the history of me hearing you speak about some shit, I never heard our interests come out of your fucking mouth.
That part?
Never. Don't give a fuck about that. But you're going to use that now because you know you can ride that emotional wave to get what you want. That's exactly what these motherfuckers are doing. I told you once, told you 1,000 fucking times. They believe they own the concept of music.
Yeah.
So in any way that it's being produced, they feel like it needs to come through them. They need to be getting a slice of it. Something. Any of it. They are the gatekeepers of all gatekeepers. And any statements to the contrary of that is a self-serving fucking lie.
Right.
It's a scam. It's a grift. They don't care. And I don't know if you can tell, I really hate the music industry.
Yeah.
Really hate these motherfuckers. They are lying. Yo, GA said Gargamel talking about, but we gotta help the Smurfs. That's
hilarious.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
In breaking news, in all the delivery shenanigans I've ever had to deal with since Uber and Amazon and DHL and FedEx and blah blah blah.
Right.
Somebody just delivered Chick-fil-A to our house.
Did they?
Neither me or my wife ordered Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I haven't ordered any of
that. Neither
Chick-fil-A.
of us ordered Chick-fil-A. They just...
And wait a minute, so they messaged you? Did they just...
No. On my Ring camera, there is a person who just put down 2 bags of Chick-fil-A food. It is not mine. It is not Chrissy's.
Yo, what's going on with your neighborhood?
I'm not entirely
where
sure.
People are having issues with the whole delivery. Actually, I wouldn't even say it's your neighborhood because this happened to me.
This happened before I moved here.
Yeah. So I should reword that. What is it with you?
I didn't order this shit. This one ain't on me.
You seem to attract bad service.
Apparently. Because, nigga, what are we talking about?
You seem to attract bad
What
service.
is actually happening? What is with all these airplanes?
I hear that dumbass Seinfeld. Stand up and
like
shit.
I said,
this nigga need to have in the back like a brick wall with the little spotlight and the little guitar music you coming. What's up with these people?
I just don't understand. Like, why? Chrissy sent me a message. Did you want a Chick-fil-A? No.
No. Hey, but GA is right. Possession's not that.
I mean, listen, babe, go get that. It's getting cold.
Snatch that.
Yeah, it's getting cold. But nah, in no way, shape, or form did I order.
Nah, nigga.
But me.
Possession not this for love. About to go in there, fuck that up real fast.
Listen,
bring that in and fuck that up real fast.
I mean, I'm saying. No, it's been a lot of riffing today.
Yeah.
Let's go to because I I had the rest of that article and another article. Both of them
Mhm.
were for the root. Fuck them. Yeah. So let's go to weekend review.
Damn. All right, so we'll talk about my week. Now, I believe I'm not certain. I have to go back and check. I believe last week I told you guys that my landlord planned on building a storage shack, another one because we had one already. Building a storage shack in the backyard. Now I thought this was weird. I commented on it that y'all gonna wait till this time of year to do that shit. It is cold outside. Also, the weather is unpredictable. So they go out there. I see the one guy, which is his brother, by the way. No one should be surprised at this because he tends to use his family members all the fucking time.
Sure.
Not professionals in any way. His brother went and got some help from Home Depot. You know, Latin brothers out there trying to make a living, whatever.
Mhm.
Go out there and get it. That's not a surprise. That happens all the time, especially, I don't know about other places, but I know here in Maryland, where I live at, that's just the thing, right? They go out back, and they build the frame, and they lay the cement. So, a couple of things. The forecast was for snow.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. This is one of the reasons why I don't feel you should have been, this is not the time of year y'all should have been doing this shit, but whatever. Just so happens, though, they managed to finish pouring it and got a whole day of it sitting before the snow shit actually took place.
Word.
One thing I noticed when I looked out there, though, it's not even worth a fuck, which is surprising to me because I saw people out there with levelers. Now, for those of you who don't know what levelers are, allow me to elucidate. Levelers help you keep shit leveled.
Yeah.
That's
Allegedly.
what it is.
Allegedly.
Right? I saw them using levelers as I looked out the window and spied every so often, to watch what they were doing. And yet, that thing is clearly not even out there.
Mm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the other thing? Well, the other thing is they had to bring gravel and all that other shit before they even laid any of the cement. On their way to the spot in the backyard where they were putting all that shit at, gravel fell. I don't like that. You know why?
Thanks.
Because having to cut the grass next year with all the rocks and shit in there, it's not going to be something I'm going to be looking forward to.
Sure.
Now, I did go out there the other day to their credit and saw they seem to have put some dirt or whatever on top of, I don't know what the fuck, whatever. I don't know how that's supposed to help, but hopefully it does. Who knows? The other thing they left out there, though, was all of the bags, the cement bags
Thanks.
are out there, all in the yard. Now, they did pile some of them up, but here's an idea that I don't think was thought about
Sure.
at the time. Just get some trash bags and put those bags in the trash bags and haul them shits out of here. You could do that, right? So that my yard doesn't look like Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
Like, you could do that. So currently, right now, I refuse. I am not going out there to move a motherfucking thing.
As you should.
To dump a motherfucking thing. No, they're going to come back with trash bags and remove that shit from off my goddamn back lawn. That's what's going to happen. It just has to. Now, the shack that they're going to build, I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those ones that is very similar to the one we already have, just bigger.
Sure.
And yes, would it be useful? Sure, of course. One of the things that we've been trying to do, and I talked about this on the show before, is minimize our life a little bit. Like, we have too much stuff. We just do. And anything that we had that we hadn't touched for a year, we might as well get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't think about it, it didn't come up at no point. Well, I need my, where's my, I need to find my, if it didn't come up, it needs to go away. So that is on the docket for 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, we already started this shit, by the way. already started. Last few months, and we see the difference. But also another reason to do that is because in my earliest convenience, when I can afford to do so and everything is set in place right, I am leaving. Not just this house, not just this city, the country.
Right.
And what I have found through my research and talking to other expats that have left and successfully did so, one of the biggest mistakes they always say they make is that when they plan for everything, but what to do with all that shit. All that shit that they accumulated over the years. And you know how it is when y'all move into a house or apartment, whatever, and you stay there for a few years. You accumulate quite a bit of stuff.
100%.
And what we don't want to have to deal with is any storage stuff. We don't even really want to deal with because some people sold off a lot of their shit before they left. We don't even want to deal with that for real. If we start now by minimizing the accumulated shit that we have, we won't have that much to worry about when that day comes.
Facts.
That's exactly it, Greg. Vote with your feet and dollars, right? So because of that, the storage stuff is useful to get stuff out in that transitional period before we get bulk trash taken away, or we take it to the dumpster ourselves, right? So that's why it's important for us to minimize the shit that we're doing around here.
Yeah.
That being said, everybody tends to agree with that in this house. All the humans do.
Mm.
The cats, on the other hand, have their reservations, should I say, about this plan. They don't like it. And I can tell they don't like it because they rather enjoyed the clutter. It gave them an adventure. See, these cats don't go outside. We don't have any outside cats anymore. So the clutter was actually, every day was an adventure. Every day was a theme park. Every day was Universal Studios. Mm-hmm. But the less clutter, the less things for you to climb into, climb on top of, chew up, scratch up, dirt up, fuck up, whatever. They have a problem with that. And that problem was expressed this week when me and SBJ was having a conversation. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to tell you what was happening before the conversation. So before the conversation, this one specific cat seemed to be in 3 places at once. Because almost simultaneously, I was hearing disruptions of things falling, things being dug in, things knocked around from 3 different areas in this basement. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Especially considering the fact that we have far less stuff down here now because of our whole minimalizing, making things smaller, right? But everywhere I turned, or I heard, my ears was picking up noise from these different directions. So I get to talking to SBJ. And in the middle of the conversation, we say, I'm literally telling him something. I had to stop. You know why? So we have a coat rack at the far end of the basement, close to the door. It's a rather wide one, because there's a lot of coats and shit over there. On top of the coat rack, we store certain shit. One of the things that we store up there is every time we get the big old bulk box of paper towels, we put them shits up there. We put the toilet paper and all the shit up there. Out of the way, off the floor. The big old box of paper towels is sizable, and when you put it up there, there is a little bit of space between it and the ceiling. That did not stop this cat, though, from climbing up there. And instead of trying to get in the box, because he's done that before, and by the way, when he gets in boxes with paper towels and toilet paper, it looks like the Tasmanian devil has been in there.
Yeah.
Shit ripped up, paper all over the fucking place. He couldn't really get in that way. So he decided to squeeze his hind parts up on top of the box. As I told you, there is very little gap of space between the ceiling and that box. So while I am talking to SBJ, I hear this noise. And I turn around in time to see the box fall down off top of the thing, and he's on top of the box riding it like a surfboard all the way to the ground, making all this noise. You shouldn't be surprised to find out that I was immensely irritated. Immensely. So much so I stopped mid-conversation. This little motherfucker. I chased him upstairs.
What?
So damn quick. Let me show y'all something. I know a lot of people use water bottles. I don't have a problem with you using a spray bottle. There are some people say that's inhumane. Inhumane? To spray them with water.
Yeah, I use a spray bottle.
I've heard people say that. That's inhumane to spray them with. You know who I heard say that? This is a guy who has a TV show that my wife used to watch all the time. He's a cat whisperer. I call him the cat bitch. Because he gonna let them do what the fuck they want to do. And there are other ways to train them. It's water. It's fucking water. If this was an outdoor cat and had to be outside during the rain, guess what? That's not inhumane.
Correct.
That's him getting hit with water. Stop doing the shit that requires people to have to spray you with water. You won't get sprayed with water. Half the time the water misses. It's just a concept of, oh shit, somebody spraying some shit at me. Right. I don't even use a water bottle no more though. I don't. Mike says my girl sprays me with water when I get out of line. Yo, that's hilarious. But no, I don't use water anymore. I use these. You see, these keys here have changed the dynamic in this house. It's changed the levels of power in this house. Because water bottles are slow. That water doesn't come out nearly fast enough to actually get them if they're a sizable distance away. They're only running because of the thought, oh shit, he's spraying something. Got it. But no, really. These, it don't matter where I'm at in the building. When they hear these, their ears peak up like, oh shit. And usually I kick them upstairs around 10 p.m. I used to have to go, let's go, and chase them upstairs, get a water bottle up, go upstairs. Now and it started out with me doing the violent shit. I only had the violent shit. I just walk, get up and start. For future reference, for anybody that's interested and has cats and needs to find a way to train the kids, get some keys. Get some keys. Promise you, you will not regret it. Now, other thing about this week. It snowed.
It did.
Now, it wasn't a lot. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it was a lot of snow. It wasn't. It wasn't. But also, I'm going to be true to me and say, I don't care that it's not a lot. I didn't want any of it.
Okay.
So I was annoyed mostly because of that. And the fact that it kind of snowed all day. But it started out with those big old snowflake shits, and then it went down into flourish from, I believe it said from 8 to 4 p.m. It did that shit or whatever. What I see that as is a threat.
Oh, okay.
It's a threat. It's like, nigga, it's winter.
It is. Not.
And you may have gotten
winter.
away.
Yeah.
You may have gotten away a couple of years without having some snow events, but we letting you know this is a fire. This is a warning shot.
Oh yeah, there's potential. Right?
We coming. This year we coming. So that bullshit ass shovel you got, get a new one. Make sure you got some damn rock salt or some shit, cause we coming. We coming. And I take the threat. I see it. I see it for what it is. And I'm not going to be caught slipping this year. We not. We already got some salt over here. I do need a better shovel. That shovel I got is 100% bullshit.
Thanks.
It's not going to work. And I'm hoping it's not a bunch of wet ass snow, because that's ass.
Indeed.
Wet snow is the widow maker, bro.
Facts.
If you taking old guys out,
Facts.
I'm telling you. So as long as they that wet snow shit. Well, wet snow, I don't even shovel it up. I get the push thing.
Mm-hmm.
Push shovel. Plow that shit the fuck out the way. Because that lifting shit's going to cost you. Even if it don't take you out, it's gonna take you back. It'll take you back out after a while and shit.
Facts.
And it's a lot for us to have to actually shovel. Like we don't have a sidewalk as such, but we do have the driveway, which goes all the way from the backyard to the front. And that's a sizable amount of stuff to shovel. So yeah. Other thing about this week too, writing. Did a lot of writing this week, which is why probably I was extra little hype on the conversation we was having about the root thing, because like I'm a writer. I've been writing for years. And when I see people do the lazy shit, it's like I get that there are tools now, but that you didn't have before, but those tools are supposed to make things easier, not you become lazier.
Yeah.
It's a difference. It's a difference. You still have your job to do.
Thanks.
As a writer, right? So I did a bunch of writing because there are several short stories that we are all engaged in writing. Some of mine are already done, but I had to go back and do some edits because there is a word count that we're trying to get under, right? Now, I'm chief editor.
Bane of my existence.
I could literally say, look, I'm chief editor. I'm besides this story here. I could do that, but I'm not. I'm trying to figure out ways to get the story shorter because me, not unlike this man over here, we like details, man.
We're verbose.
We're verbose. We like details and we like context.
Thanks.
If things seem like they're missing a certain context, we feel like it happened out of the blue.
Yeah.
It's happened out of the blue. That's how it feels us. So it's a certain way you have to do this. A short story writing is a skill that you have to work on. It's a skill. All writing is skill based, right? But writing short stories is a different set of muscles for that, right? And it's funny because a few weeks back, somebody did solicit to want to write for our blackculturegeeks.com.
That's funny. I was about to bring that up.
That was one of the issues, right?
She was not good at short stories.
Short stories are
at least
if
that
you're used
the
to long
story she
form,
was trying to tell did not fit the short story format. It wasn't going to work.
Yes, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And even if you're not great at that, if you're a writer, you can read when something is not quite, it's missing the context for this. Why did this person do this? Like it's missing some shit. So I did a lot of writing, a lot of editing this week. There are things that we are doing that when they come out, I think y'all gonna really enjoy that shit. Also, one of the things I'm trying to do is a shout out to my man Chris Colburn with the Singularity book. Trying to impress upon him and all the writers at Majestic Comics the importance of sharing artwork of your character. You need it saturated. If I go right now on as much as you can, but if I go right now to Google and type in even semi-popular characters, you're gonna find pictures of them pop up, right? Like you kind of want that. You want people to. It's brand recognition, right? So, been working on that. I ain't gonna lie, it's great to have our art director just here and more engaged. I feel like that the people that we have accumulated in this particular these particular projects, this is the best the staff has ever been, as far as I'm concerned. This is the best the staff has ever been. We have solid writers now, very imaginative people that are not just story writers, they are world builders. And that's dope because I kind of want Majestic to be like an IP factory. We got IPs for days.
Facts.
We got, you know what I'm saying? Like we got that shit. Because I believe that there are a bunch of different ways to tell a story.
Correct.
There are a bunch of different themes to stories. And when you have IPs that
what up, Discord?
Focus on different things. What up, Discord? You focus on different things. We have a better opportunity to find audiences for those things. Because some people may not be into the superhero genre. They may not be into that. Some people may not be into the sci-fi. Some people, maybe they like horror. Maybe they like some high fantasy or some shit like that. We got all that shit covered. Right now, we got all that shit covered.
Yo.
The books may not be out yet, But those stories are written. Those IPs are put together or in the process of being put together right now. So that's the shit that I was kind of focused on this week. Also, bro, let me tell you, I need a staff. Every department needs to be fully staffed. Seriously, we need to start creating departments for certain shit. Because trying to do everything, you are bound to drop some shit. And thankfully, I have a head writer, Esha, who's very good at organization, very good at a lot of that stuff. And it's also helped with our social media things, right? Like we're starting to get more people putting eyes on the stuff that we share, right? So that's always a good look, right? We haven't always had that. We did have somebody before that was doing social media stuff. Good, nice, great girl. However, she just wasn't fulfilling the need we had because she had too much other stuff happening with her other career shit, right? So I feel like now it's pretty good. But to be honest, I actually want to get Esha out of that shit.
Yeah.
I want to have somebody specifically to do that because she's good at it. She's good at those at tying those knots together. But I feel like her other uses are of even greater value. We get even more out of her and her writing and the stuff she does if we could get that done. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my week.
Okay. I didn't write anything down.
Of course you didn't. You was doing too much other writing.
Nigga. So Sunday. Last weekend happened to be one of the most chill weekends that has happened in recent memory because without having 10 million things to go do and take care of and all that other stuff. Right. The only thing that I had was we had another band practice, and it was also Mo's birthday. So we celebrated his birthday at the band practice. That was on Sunday. That all went great.
Keep going.
It was this practice was much better than the first one. First of all, I had my verse. Second of all, everybody that was a part of it knew what direction we were going with the particular song that we were working on because I feel like the rehearsal before, we didn't all really know exactly what role we were going to have and exactly what direction we were going with the song. So with having that change, that made rehearsal so much better. And that was great. The rest of my week, for real, was work for 9 to 5, which, do I have anything for that? Nope, I ain't write nothing down. Nothing crazy happened, I don't believe, at work. Just saddling up and making sure. Oh, there were a lot of things where people needed my help. Nothing's too crazy, but like I don't generally have weeks like this. Most of my weeks, I don't have a lot in terms of the actual IT help part of it. Most of my weeks, but this week for some reason, it feels like every day somebody had an issue, and then some days multiple people had issues. So that was annoying. But we got through that. And then, other than being in the house and relaxing and working toward the goal of the baby coming and all that other good stuff, I have this project that I'm working on that I'm not going to announce or talk about because we all know how that works. However, I like the idea. I saw a video about it, and I saw what was happening with the landscape of this particular thing, and was like, I can do that. Why don't I just do that? So started working on that. Um, we're close to having it be put out, but again, I'm not going to talk about that until I actually do it, because that has been the rule around here for me. We don't need. I start not to even bring it up, but we definitely don't talk about details until we about to do some stuff. There has been progress made on the compilation EP, not compilation EP, the collab EP that I'm working on, and I'm really happy and excited for you guys to start hearing that stuff. I got my Wrapped back for artist stuff. Let me read that. Screenshots. Yeah, I got my artist rap stuff, and I got the podcast rap stuff. So my artist rap stuff: top countries: U.S., Italy, United Kingdom, Ireland, Switzerland. Added to 23 playlists. Listeners went up 118%. Saves went up 20%. Followers went up 25%. Streams went up 99% from last year. The most shared song was Langston, which is, I mean, not entirely surprising. It's probably it's up there with my favorite songs that I've made. Actually, I would say all around, from making the beat to the lyrics to the concept to every. I think that might be my favorite song that I've done. So it's interesting seeing that having been shared the most. Total audience. Oh, and that's the my music rap, and then we have the Black Culture Geeks rap. Total audience went up 386%. That's fucking insane. I don't know how. I don't know why, but that's what they're telling me, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, total audience went up 386%. Total followers went up 9%. The episode You Just Want Attention, I don't even know what that's. I don't even remember what episode that is. Was played 999% more than the average episode. So whatever that episode was, we was wilding.
Which episode?
You Just Want Attention is the name of it.
We must have been wilding on that, bro.
Apparently, let me see. I can't even look. Can you look and see what episode that is? Hold up. I can look. I can go to Spotify. Let me go to Spotify.
Spotify.
And see if I can find the description for that episode, because 999% more than the average episode is kind of crazy. I'm not even
which episode is that?
The name of it is You Just Want Attention.
And when did we do that?
I'm about to look. Black Culture Geeks. Black Culture Geeks.
That's probably true, Chrissy.
What?
She said hilarious. The listeners probably went up when we were trashing. That's probably true.
I don't see it.
They took it down? It was too powerful.
No, shut up, nigga. Can I search? Let me see. You Just Want Attention. Black Culture. For some reason, this episode is from 2019.
What?
I don't know. Here's the description.
Okay. Okay.
Today we take a break from our Avengers Endgame coverage to bring you a packed show. We'll be back Wednesday with that, and we even start off with something related. James Cameron has had his share of opinionated comments about superhero movies. We touch on that for a bit. A new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer has dropped, and we skim over that a bit. Then we get to the meat and potatoes. Aisha Curry has made some interesting comments recently that has the entire internet in an uproar. Lastly, a local news anchor in Baltimore, Maryland area has been fired for a controversial question she asked on the air. Tune in for the craziness. Nigga, I don't... Why this particular episode has been played?
Spin the block on that.
I don't know. I don't know, but that's what it say. That's what it say, nigga. I don't know.
Interesting.
That's been the most played episode of the year.
Wow.
46 countries reached overall. Top countries: United States, Hungary, France, United Kingdom, Brazil. We're a top show for 24 people.
That's nice.
This year, our show's growth outpaced 94% of other shows. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Fans listen to us for longer than 70% of other shows. Our fans, not just people.
Fans,
yeah. Also, for our fans, the average rating was higher than 75% of other shows. So yeah, that's that was the rec for the BCGs for this particular year. That's Spotify only. I don't know.
The geese ain't too bad.
Yeah, I don't know how the rest of it worked for the other places, but that's not too bad.
I ain't mad at that.
Let me see. All this goddamn Majestic Comics stuff. These Majestic Comics shenanigans. God damn it. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, because there's a lot, nigga.
Yeah.
This morning, there's a lot.
So obviously I told you, Gray and I have been working on an IP, and we are close to working on a story for the main comic. I've already created a short story that's a kind of like a prequel thing, and I already started working on a second short story that's kind of like a prequel thing. And then a bunch of world building for that. And then Asha hit me up like, "Hey, I'm looking for submissions for this particular book. What if you have anything, let me know." Like, what do you mean if I have anything? I have everything. But that was not enough information for me. For me, no, that was not enough information. So I hit him up like, "Yo, the fuck?" So he gave me more information, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." So when I had my meeting with Gray, I asked him like, "Yo, the fuck?" And he gave me even more information. I'm like, "Okay, all right." So I picked 3 areas from the district, and I started working on. I picked 3 areas from the district to make short stories from. I started with one particular one, and nigga, that it's a lot going on with that. I can't really get into too much details with that one. Yeah, and then like I said, that project that I'm working on, I can't really. I can't. But see,
really the good thing about this particular short story project, a lot of people already kind of know about it because Gray talks about it on his stream. Has to do with the OBC book and stories that'll be included or whatever. So the good thing about it is it gives readers a chance to take peeks into these worlds.
Yeah.
Now, for me as editor-in-chief, I'm looking for the ones that the readers really take to.
Yeah.
Because I'm of the opinion that those could be possibly turned into
Absolutely.
longer running series, right?
Right.
Of that world. Some of those stories, though, you'll never see again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll enjoy them for what they are. You'll never see them again after that. That's not they're not built for that.
Mhm.
Some stuff, I ain't gonna lie. I'm sliding some stuff in,
Yep.
trying to gauge people's responses to the shit, or whether or not this is something you should devote some energy to continue. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But I will say, I've had the fortune of putting eyes on certain things.
Mhm.
They are dope. I would very much like to see more of those. So we'll see. We'll see.
It's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a whole lot going on. Who knows? Who knows? And
Let me ask you this question.
uh-huh.
So when SBJ, me, Adequate, and Keith. SBJ knew Keith before me and Adequate knew. I knew, of course, Adequate before SBJ and Keith knew Adequate.
Mhm.
One of the reasons we formed was to create content.
Yep.
And this was heavy in our YouTube era, right? Heavy in our YouTube era.
Mhm,
We're trying
mhm,
to find our way there, doing stuff. Right? But it was always about like creativity and creating stuff and having some stuff you can look back on and go, yo, this is fire. This is dope. And we made this. We made this shit.
Facts.
Did you ever think?
No. No, clearly not. What do you mean? What type of question is that?
I'm just saying,
You
at the
s-
point
silly
that
sausage.
we are now, the shit that we're building now,
You
did
giddy
ever think
goose.
it was gonna be there?
No.
Because I was doing the comic book stuff, and so was he, by the
Yeah.
way,
Facts.
before we even met each other.
Yep.
So it's just funny how a lot of this stuff winds up coalescing. That's all.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of this content creating things like, man, this man have been all over goddamn Maryland.
Yep.
We've been all over goddamn Maryland doing our photography, videography phase, YouTube phase. We're all over the place, just trying to find content.
Facts.
The reason this podcast is even a thing is because of him saying, yo, we doing all this stuff. We need a podcast.
Yup.
I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you do. Now, I'm a veteran of several podcasts before this. So I was like, all right, cool. I had no idea this was going to run, this podcast was going to run as long as this ran.
That part.
No idea. Like, I had a podcast with Adequate that went a few, maybe 10 episodes, maybe a little more than that. I did other things, of course, with when we had crowdfunding for some of the things that we were doing, like the Celestial War event and stuff. Me and my sister Marissa, we would do podcasts to promote that. You know, doing a fundraiser. Me and Gray did a bunch of them. You know, I did some with other people. I did like a atheist themed one with somebody who I think that podcast is still going on, but I helped them start that, right? So I've done podcasts before, but none of them lasted as long as this one. When this man sit up there and say, "Oh, it's an episode from 2019," that is crazy.
Absolutely insane. Like I just don't.
That is crazy.
Like what is happening? Episode from 2019. First of all, again, how are people even coming across this episode from 2019?
Yeah.
Like,
what's in the algorithm that got that
No idea.
revolving where it's popping up on there, obviously popping up on their shit, and they're like, what the fuck is this?
Couldn't begin to tell you. No clue whatsoever. Like
It's wild.
Why are we doing this? What is happening?
But why did that come back? Because I'm thinking of something anything current this year
Yeah.
that would have touched on any of the things we talked about.
Apparently not. apparently they care about the throwbacks. Like, what is happening?
Maybe. I know what I do, and I do this. I still do this to this day. I am such a YouTube connoisseur. When I find a new channel that has current good content and they keep up, with a pretty successful schedule, I go to their backlog and see how they started. But that's because I can't say I'm a former YouTuber because I'm not. I'm still doing YouTube. But back when I was, had my own channel and was constantly producing videos for that channel, I always was curious how people start, what their shit was like when they first started. So I would go all the way back to their old shit to see how it was, to see the evolution of the channel and shit. So maybe it's people that's doing that, come across the channel and go, oh, well, and they came across that particular one for whatever reason. Because I believe during that time, we were still heavy in our comic book movie phase.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
it was super relevant and we were super fans of that shit. So it's the shit we wanted to talk about. So we talked about, like, we did whole things on the Black Panther when that first came out. We did several episodes. We did episodes either in his studio. We did one in a mall.
Yep.
What mall was we in?
Annapolis?
I think we was in Annapolis Mall. Or was it Arundel Mills? I think it was Arundel Mills. Because we was right, as soon as you get to the food court, there was these chairs, some shit. We sat right over there with them chairs.
Facts.
And recorded that shit there. Straight up guerrilla YouTubing.
Facts.
Straight up. We had our cameras and shit on the fucking tripods. We didn't give a single fuck. That's the one thing about that we didn't give a fuck. Like, we went to Annapolis Mall. We shot a bunch of footage on the roof of the mall. We was now. To be clear, it wasn't so much of a violation because there was cars parked up there, wasn't it? Wasn't it like
it was a parking lot.
Yeah, so we was on the roof, but it's just that after we were done, and on our way coming down, some security fucker was like, "Hey guys,
you can't be up here."
Yeah, be up here. What do you mean? People drive up there. What are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about, my guy?
What you talking about?
Wilding.
But we was up there a good minute before we got a bunch of shit. Right? We got a bunch of shit.
Absolutely.
Well, we was famous for that. Was our shit. We would go to various locations and find something to record.
All day, every day. We did an episode out at the park.
We did an episode at that park.
Yeah.
It's the park that what's the name was working.
Shafro.
Doing work for them. Shafro was working for them. I love that episode, yo. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was fun. That shit was fun.
Facts.
That shit was fun. We never did go back to that motherfucker either.
Nah.
We never did go back. Because we didn't see everything that was there, but we saw a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the asshole.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm preempting that right now.
Listen. Am I the asshole for connecting to the earpod after my niece swallowed it to see if it would play in her stomach?
Wait a minute, what?
I'm dead.
Who swallowed what? What?
When my 3-year-old niece swallowed my sister's left AirPod, everyone started worrying right away. I was trying to lighten the situation, so I connected the AirPod to my phone and put my ear on her stomach to check if I could hear it.
You're an asshole.
Surprisingly, I actually did hear a little sound coming from inside of her, which made the moment a bit funny for me. But the people around us didn't really find that amusing.
You're an asshole.
They all looked at me like I wasn't taking things seriously at all. I was just trying to calm the mood, but instead I ended up being the only one laughing while everyone else was still stressing about the AirPod inside. Listen.
2 things can be true.
I don't know, yo.
It can be funny and you can still be an asshole. In fact, a lot of my shit is that. It's funny, but I'm still an asshole for doing it.
Listen, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, asshole seems strong.
Nah, you know, and you already know, but you about to know even more so. How people be about their business.
Facts.
especially when they're young.
But
swallowing
the
shit,
damage
right?
has been done.
There's no listen.
You can't cause any more damage.
Yes, you can
How?
psychologically.
Nigga.
Let me give you an example.
The baby might like it. The baby might think it's funny.
Car accident.
Uh-huh.
They already fucked up. You might as well go over there and strike a match on their bodies.
No, nigga,
it's
that's not
funny.
the same thing.
It's funny.
That's not
It's
the
funny.
same thing at all.
They can't get any more fucked up.
That's
The
not
damage is done.
true. They can be burnt to a crisp. That's not true. It's not the same thing.
Oh, okay, you're right. Maybe not a match. Maybe you go over there and just crack a couple jokes. Listen, yo, that's all that stuff there is supposed to be on the inside. Why is that? Listen, you're an asshole, right? You are an asshole. It's
No,
okay.
that's still not the
It's
equivalent.
okay. Listen,
That is
it's
a false
okay.
equivalency.
Unfortunately, our society loves assholes.
No,
It's
nigga,
cool.
that's a false equivalency.
No, it's not.
It is.
If the parent is worried about this plastic shit being in their toddler's belly, they don't know if it's toxic, it's got some stuff. They don't know they don't know, especially young parents. They don't know. Then your ass over there cracking jokes. You see the look on her face when she saw that shit? She was crazy, wasn't it?
But that's not what
Good
happened.
foot. No, you're right. It's worse than that.
How?
It's I'm going to turn this on because I'm more curious about if this works than if she's going to have a negative outcome.
No, I'm not more
Yeah.
curious. Everybody else is worried about that. These are capable adults, including
You
her
should be worried
parents.
you should be worried about
Everybody
it.
else is taking care of that. I'm worried, but there ain't shit I can do.
Listen,
let
Loki.
me add some levity to the situation.
No, Loki. This is not. this is not the time nor the place. Later, sure, absolutely, but we need to find out is this going to
Later's not going to still be there.
Then find another joke.
That's not a joke.
It is a joke.
It's not a joke.
She even said, or she or he even said, I'm trying to put some levity into. What is that if that's not adding humor to? That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. I can hear it, yo. It's jamming. While she was bent over, listening to that stomach. What's up, E?
What up?
Somebody should have kicked her right in the ass and kicked out.
I disagree.
You're not grown up enough for this situation.
I might not be. Listen, I might not be. I ain't even hold you.
You're not.
I very well may not be. I'm not even gonna lie to you. However, I don't feel like this is assholic enough to be called an asshole.
No, listen. There are tiers to asshole behavior.
Sure,
Tier
to asshole behavior, and I feel like you can commit a certain amount and level of assholic behavior before you are deemed an actual asshole.
You think, therefore, you are.
No,
He thought that this was funny.
that is simply incorrect.
Therefore, she's an asshole.
That's crazy.
Listen, I don't know. That's one of the problems I have with this whole era of who is the asshole and that stuff that they've started.
Mm-hmm.
They've demonized being an asshole.
I mean,
Being an asshole, most comedians are assholes.
sure.
They are. They just are. Now, it is not necessarily a bad thing to be an asshole. Ask my wife.
I mean,
She'll tell you for whatever reason she has seen in her life.
no, she made a post about it
Been
the other
attracted
day,
to.
and I started to go in, but I let you live, my guy.
I'm just saying, she has said as much. Her dad, both her dad, stepdad, and her biological dad are ass. They are ass. She's like, look at my husband. I said, I resemble that remark.
Of course you do.
But, yeah.
Yeah, no,
There is a level.
I started to go in there when you go, my guy. I ain't gonna hold you, but I held back. I held back. So the thread has deemed them overwhelmingly not the asshole.
Whatever. They're assholes.
I'm just letting you know what happened, my guy. That's all.
They're assholes.
I'm simply informing you of what occurred.
I know you're the messenger.
That's
Listen,
it. That's it.
They're assholes.
Hey, listen. Somebody said it was not for laughs; it was for science. It had to be done. Yo,
See, this is what I'm saying. Now tell me this guy. Hold up.
that
That That guy's an asshole. What are we talking about?
he
That guy's an asshole.
he responded. I let my intrusive thoughts win for science. For science. It's for science.
Ain't no other time. These niggas kill me.
It's for
There's no other
science.
This country is full of the most scientifically illiterate motherfuckers on the planet.
So
And now all of a sudden, when they're trying to excuse being trolly, right? It's for science.
It's for
Y'all don't care about no
science.
goddamn science.
I do.
You ain't them.
It's for science.
You ain't them.
For science.
You are an outlier.
With a Z. Science.
They're just liars. You're an outlier.
Listen, I don't see. I'm not. My argument isn't that I see nothing wrong with it. That's not my argument. I just simply don't consider it extreme enough to be considered an asshole.
I don't think you have to be extreme. Like E said, there's a level of asshole to everyone.
Yes.
Find a level you can tolerate.
That
So
part.
I don't know if this makes her an extreme asshole. I don't think that's the case. But she is an asshole. She's an asshole. Listen.
Fine. What's the next one?
Listen, it could be worse. She could be a whole ass.
All right. Okay. All right. Am I the asshole? I accidentally ruined Secret Santa at school, and now I feel awful. So
She ruined what?
I actually accidentally ruined Secret Santa at school, and now I feel awful. So today we were doing Secret Santa in my class, and the girl in charge of passing out the names let me choose mine. I walked back out to where everyone else was, and another girl asked me, "Did you pick yet?" I said, "Yeah." And then she asked, "Who did you get?" I genuinely thought she was just asking normally and that it was fine to say, so I told her. The moment I said the name, everyone got mad. They took all the papers back, called everyone to return theirs, and then told me to leave while they talked about me. I could hear them calling me stupid and saying how they were happy with their person and now it was ruined because of me. Now I just feel really dumb for answering the question at all. I wasn't trying to ruin anything. I just misunderstood. But now I feel like everyone hates me and thinks I messed up on purpose. And also no one wanted my name after that. I could hear them trying to switch. I feel super stupid. Am I the asshole or the girl? Am I the asshole or is it the girl for even asking me? You're a dumb ass is what you
You're
are.
a dumbass.
There's no way in the world. It's called a
You're a
Secret
dumbass.
Santa.
Yeah, it's literally.
What are we talking about? It's in the name. Why would you tell anybody the name? What? So,
What she's
so
gonna
nobody
say is,
explained
well,
the rules to you?
why did she ask me?
Because she wanted to fucking know. That doesn't change anything.
You were supposed to not say something.
Oh my
She can't hold water.
goodness.
Just because that person was an asshole
Yep.
doesn't mean that you had.
Yo,
You fucked it up.
no, there's no way around this.
You fucked it
You
up.
fucked up. You are an idiot. I mean, in context.
Yes,
Because you might be a smart individual. But in context, you're an idiot. What do you think Secret Santa is for?
It says secret.
It says secret. Now, the overwhelming verdict is everyone sucks. I disagree.
Me too.
First of all, I don't think anything's wrong with the girl asked, because, yeah, you asked. That don't mean the person had to answer you. And then everyone else, I guess they're saying everybody else sucks because they treated the girl bad. No, shame her. Or him. Or I don't know if it's a man or a woman. But, yeah, shame them.
Shame.
Shame them 100%.
Shame.
There's no reason for you to be handling them with kid gloves. Like, what are we talking about?
Women, it said secret.
It says secret. It's the first word. Like, I simply do not understand.
Excuse me. To be clear, it says secret. It's right there. It's the first word.
Shit,
You were
you
supposed
say
to go.
to be
I
clear.
can't tell you that. It's a secret.
That part. You say to be clear. Shit, to be slightly opaque. It says secret. Like, I just don't. What do you mean? To be slightly opaque, it says secret. Words
To be
have
murky.
meanings.
To be murky.
Right. Like, I don't quite understand where you're. I don't quite understand where the difficulty was.
I don't even, because everybody, well, most people know about the birthday stuff. You blow the candles out. You don't tell nobody what your wish is.
Sure.
Overall country.
Mm-hmm,
That's the whole thing with that, right?
That's the whole thing with that.
So is Secret Santa. It's the
Secret
same thing.
Santa
Like,
is
yo,
his whole thing. Secret Santa. You're not supposed to know. Like, after you give the gift, sure.
Right.
But some people even do it to where even after you get a gift, you still
Have
don't know.
you ever been involved with the Secret Santa shit?
I hate the concept. I've done it, and I'm
never
I'm
done
in one now. I hate the concept.
I don't like it either, but I've never done it.
Especially the
Who
biggest.
forced you to do that?
All right, see, here's the thing. I hate the concept of gift giving. No, I hate the concept of gift exchange. Right? because it's laborious, tedious, and burdenous. Like, and then what if I give you a prime example, right? One of my coworkers, they did Secret Santa, and I went to her office, and I was like, all right, I didn't even know at the time, but she started telling me about it, and like the person who had her didn't follow the fucking rules, like, because when you do Secret Santa, they give you parameters, like they tell
Right.
you how much you should spend, and other things depending on which each Secret Santa has its own specific parameters that you're supposed to adhere to.
Makes sense.
This motherfucker did not adhere to those parameters, and like was on some bullshit. Like, if it's the Secret Santa for Christmas, like the general idea is you follow the rules and you present it with maybe a gift bag or a card or something to show it's a gift, right? Nah, she just didn't do it. Like, she just had a regular bag from the store that she got it from, and didn't spend the amount of money she was supposed to spend.
She's been over or under?
Under.
Oh yeah.
Relatively significantly under.
I don't like I don't know if I like the whole Secret Santa shit.
I know I don't. And the other issue that I have with it is, because I think some Secret Santas fix for this, but not all of them.
Mhm.
I don't know this motherfucker.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I supposed to get them?
Well, this is the thing. I think they think this is the allure of it, but I think it's just.
I hate it.
And
I
you got to
absolutely
spend some money
hate it.
on some shit that the person might never use.
That part.
So that's wasted money and
Yeah, nigga.
wasted time.
Ain't gonna use, might not appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, nah, yo, I don't like that shit.
See, you know what? Part of it too is it's part of my whole general outlook. Now that I'm an older man,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to waste time with shit that wastes time
Facts.
because I can't get that shit back.
Facts.
I don't have time. Like, so when I went out, racked my brain to figure out where I could buy this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
Only for me to go and get something, hand it to them, they don't even use it or like it or care about it.
Right.
None of that shit. So I start thinking about the time I put in to go and think about what I need to get, going to the store to actually buy. Now, to be clear, these days you can go to Amazon and
Yeah.
get them, whatever. But it's just the principle of me wasting time on some shit that no one's gonna appreciate, or the odds are they're not gonna appreciate it or use it.
Yeah.
It's I can't get that time back, bro. I can't. And now I'm irritated because I spent money.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And in this particular Secret Santa, I got the person in the entire group of people that might be like 2 or 3 people tied, and I don't really know shit about. I got one of those people.
Yeah.
That's like, bro.
Also, at the risk of being coming off a bit mean.
Well, I mean,
if I don't know you other than the general human concern about people not being heard or I don't give a fuck about your Christmas. I don't give a fuck about what you use
That's hilarious.
or like. Or I don't know this person, man.
Can we not go that far and say we did?
No, I have to. This has to be said.
Okay.
Listen, there is an episode of the New Adventures of Old Christine. And in the episode, the guy that plays her brother, he dates this girl. They wind up living together. She has a dog. She is unusually close in relationship with this dog. To the point where now the day together, she stopped referring to him as daddy with the dog. And I remember him saying, no, let me make this very clear. I am not his father. That's how I feel about this part.
That's
right?
hilarious.
I feel like, let me make this clear. I don't give a fuck about your Christmas. This is what I give a fuck about. I want you to have housing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to get hurt unless you're somebody that play with me, don't play with me.
That,
Right? I don't want you to get hurt. I want you to be able to eat and have full bellies. I don't want nobody picking with you unnecessarily, and I don't know you. But those things, I think, is general human well-being. Like, yo,
sure.
nobody shouldn't fuck with you if you ain't fucking with nobody. But I don't give a flying fuck about your Christmas or gift or preference about the shit you like or none of that. I don't care. If you're not somebody I know, I don't give a fuck about that. And then there's a percentage of you that I do know. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care enough to waste my time, to rack my brain. You know the things that I have to try to figure out on a daily basis?
I do actually.
Yeah, you actually do. You actually do. I don't. The idea of me sliding that in the Rolodex of everything else on the off chance that you might like it when I don't care if you like it or not. So why am I? Listen. It's as I said, general human concern for even people I don't know. I have that.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I don't like you monkeys,
Mm-hmm.
but I do recognize that to have a general concern about even humans that you don't know benefits me, because the hope is they'll think the same about me. Don't do this today.
Right.
I don't know him, but that's ass. Give him some food, man. What are you doing? That sort of thing, right? That's the hope anyway, right? But that other shit, to me, sound like your opinion on what your favorite tennis shoe style is, or your favorite sport, or the worst book you ever read, the best restaurant you ever. I don't know you, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that. And that is triggered by the whole Secret Santa.
I hate you so much.
I'm just saying it is, bro. It's like somebody I don't even know. I don't know. This motherfucker, man. And I don't care. And now I gotta waste time pretending to care to get something that it could be possibly because I'm older, I'm grumpier now and all that. I really don't give a. You're getting older too.
I would argue that you've never been pleasant. I'm just saying.
Mind your business.
Okay.
Listen. I'm just saying. I don't care about that. And the whole concept of the Secret Santa shit actually triggers my don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It triggers it like, what? I'm supposed to do what? You want me to do what? Man, I could be making a YouTube video. Or writing a story.
Sure.
Eating a cupcake or some shit.
Okay.
That shit mean more to me.
I promise you, my guy, I promise you, you will find a way to still eat that cupcake.
Hey, yo, shut the hell. I'm just saying, I can't do both.
Chrissy says if it's a close group, I'm okay with it because I don't have money to buy every gift.
friend a gift. Right,
But when
right,
it gets too big, it's harder. That's absolutely true as well.
yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Like I'm so glad that nobody at my office really likes me like that. So they leave me out of shit like this.
This is also a triumph for you. Your work you've done there for all these years, that so many people don't like you. That I feel like at first, if somebody was to say, "Hey, yo, why is this so making it so people don't like you and shit?" They go, "I don't see the benefit of that."
Correct.
Now you do.
Yes.
Now you do.
Yeah. No, like I don't
See the benefit of it.
I don't like. Oh, there is something about no. We ain't got time. We ain't got time. Basically, to sum it up, these motherfuckers are so fucking impatient and self-centered about shit. Like, I was working on somebody's computer. Like I said, it was a bunch of shit where people just needed my help this week for some particular reason. Was working on somebody's computer and it tied the printer up because she was having printing issues. So the first instance, I was doing that, and in the same room, people are slowly realizing that the printer is tied up, right?
Okay. It's a slow wave.
Yeah. Nobody comes over to me to ask me what is happening with the printer. Not a single soul. Somehow, somebody end up going into my boss's office and crying to her that the printer was tied up.
Oh my.
And she just basically said to them, "Is James out there?" Yes. All right, so why would you come to me and tell me that you know he doesn't sit out there, right? He's at somebody else's computer? So what does that mean? What does that tell you? Use your context clues. I'm sitting at somebody else's computer. The printer is messed up. Huh. Interesting. This happened again in the same week. But this time they didn't go to my boss. They just stood in front of the printer.
Oh.
Right? And I went to clear the error. And instead of them moving aside for me to clear the error, they're trying to figure out how to clear the error. I'm right here.
Boy.
I'm literally right. What are you doing?
Oh boy.
What are you doing?
What the fuck? No, see, this is the problem. It's what the fuck are you doing?
Sure. Because, like, what is happening right now? You're being an idiot.
Yeah.
You're being an idiot. And I don't like... I mean, actually, in that instance, I ain't mind because, you know, time. I get paid by the hour, not the job.
Well,
so, yeah, sure. I mean, if my boss would have came out and asked me why I was standing there, because they're in my fucking way. It's very simple. They happen to be standing in my fucking... I can't do what I'm trying to do because they want to sit there and make googly eyes at the goddamn printer as if they know what the fuck is happening and how to fix it. Mind you, they are openly, out loud, complaining that they don't know how to fix what is going on the printer. And they know I'm right there. They acknowledged my presence.
On some Roman Reigns shit.
Yo, and like the first time, that was just being fucking selfish and not being aware of your surroundings.
Right.
This time, you knew I was right there. You know what I do.
Right.
Move. Like I don't know.
Move.
I simply cannot. I cannot explain to you what exacerbation.
Move.
Total and complete exacerbation is what I felt from that situation.
I get it.
Like, what the fuck?
Chrissy says people suck at context clues.
Yeah.
Situation awareness, My least favorite, spatial.
Yo.
Spatial awareness.
Yo, it's fucking terrible.
It
It's
is.
fucking. You put that emphasis on the wrong syllable, by the way. But yeah, it's the worst. It's so annoying. I want them to. No, I'm not gonna go that far. But I would like for them
Oh, I'm about to say
to remove
No.
themselves from any
Present.
situation. No, I mean, sure, but from any situation in which one of those things is required when they don't possess those things. But
No, I get it.
people
get it.
in hell want ice water too. So
I mean,
there's
sure.
not nothing we can do about that.
If I was there, I would see that they got something.
I mean,
The general concern.
yeah, it's a decent concern. I get I understand why they want it. That don't mean it's available for them to have. But yeah, that's it.
So we want to thank all of you once again for joining us for another rousing edition
Yeah.
of the Black Culture Geeks podcast.
Yeah.
Understand that there is always
music.
that even though I absolutely detest the music industry in every way,
Mm-hmm.
and the record companies specifically,
That's correct.
and a lot of you dumbass artists too. Yeah,
That's correct.
it's true.
It's very true.
But there is always music.
There's always music.
There, SBJ has music. I have music from the past. He has present music. I guess it's all past time.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Flat
good.
circle.
But there's upcoming music as well.
Yeah.
Not just from us. Graydon,
Mm-hmm.
my man GA.
Mm-hmm.
He has past music. Probably got music coming up as well.
Mm.
Working on some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers always working on some shit.
I mean, come on now.
It's just what we did.
Yeah.
There's comic books. It's comic books that we already
Speaking
have.
of you
Comic
saying
books
that, speaking of you saying that, Gray was like, "Hey, so take this time off and like relax." And I'm like, "What do you think? Who do you think you're talking to?" I don't understand. Have we never met before? What are you insinuating, my guy? He was like, "Yeah, I realize it's just
no, but
something
this
that's
is an every year. I know this is the first year that y'all work together, but this is an every year thing.
Yeah.
Around this time, like, because we do a lot.
Yeah,
We
thanks.
do a lot, right?
Thanks.
And now that you're onboarded to all of it's part of it.
Yeah, no, it's just not gonna happen. It's just simply not. I'm like, yo, nigga, we gonna come back and I'm gonna have so much shit. It's gonna take us an entire meeting to get through just the new shit.
It's gonna be
just
how it is, man.
Yeah.
How it is. Also, don't forget the various different podcasts that are in our family tree. We have Metas and Mutants, Super Side Guy, and Indra. You have heard it through the grapevine with my sister Kristen.
Are you sure they're gonna do a Christmas episode?
Are they? Oh, when is our last episode for this season?
I don't fucking know. Probably. Damn, I got to figure that. I was thinking about that the other day, and then I started doing some work.
Of course.
So
the ADHD strikes back.
It's probably gonna be. It's either next week or the week after. Well, I will figure that out by next week.
Right.
Yeah, I'll figure that out by next week.
All right. So yeah, don't forget to go listen to some music, buy some comic books. If you already bought the comic books, read them again.
Facts. Because why wouldn't you? What?
Yeah, go read them shits again.
Come on now.
But yeah, my man SBJ. I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.